H33 by James Carey.
A, G, C, B, W.
Charles? Shut up.
It's Gordon who's muttering.
I know, but I prefer telling you to shut up.
Archie, just because you can't crack a simple puzzle set by the Germans.
A simple puzzle?
To be fair, we were up against the Enigma machine.
Well, come on, it's only a machine. I know Archie comes from a place where machines are viewed with intense suspicion. I believe the flush toilet is still to catch on. And the last time a train pulled in, it was worshipped as a god.
Gordon, will you testify it was an accident if I stab Charles in the neck with this pencil?
Guys, just calm down. Charles, you don't realise how complicated it is. This machine has 3 rotors, each with 26 settings, giving us 17,000 possible starting positions.
Exactly. Thank you, Gordon.
And the 3 rotors are interchangeable, so that's 6 different settings. So that takes it up to 100,000 starting positions.
That's true. Huh?
And they actually have 5 wheels to choose the 3 from, so that's 60 different combinations. That's 1 million starting positions.
Shut up, Gordon. Actually, that still felt pretty good.
Morning, H33. How are things going?
Same as before, Josh. Still trying to crack the German codes.
Oh, I thought you did that last week.
Yes, and now we'll have to do it again.
They change their codes every day.
Oh, well, that's hardly fair. It's bad enough they speak German.
Except these Germans are in Norway, Josh.
Germans in Norway? No, Gordon. You're thinking of Norwegians. They're the ones who live in Norway. I have an atlas if you'd like to check.
Yes, but now there are Germans there too, after they invaded.
Oh, no. Just what do these Germans think they're doing? They can't just walk into other countries. Something must be done.
Yeah, we're doing it. It's called war.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, war is not good.
So, what are the Germans doing in Norway?
It's a long story, Josh, and I want to explain this without you getting a nosebleed. But right now, the Germans are threatening the Russian port of Murmansk with the Finns.
The Germans have fins? Well, I knew they were barely human, but I've never realised they were essentially fish. Gosh, no wonder they make such good submarines.
We haven't been able to crack any of these ones sent by Gunter for a week.
Oh, he's called Gunter, is he?
No, we don't know what he's called. We just call him that.
Why don't you know his name?
Because we're not pen pals.
Put it this way, every day, Gunter writes us a different letter in a different code that he gets out of his code book.
Right, so you then look in your code book and work out what the letter says.
Josh, we don't have a copy of their code book.
Why not?
The Germans don't have H33 on their mailing list.
Well, that's hardly fair either. They should at least send it to their pen pals.
We're not pen pals.
Oh, yes, right. Would it help if you had a book of the codes for the German army?
Yes, it would.
Like this one?
But where the hell did you get that?
Well, it's been lying around for a couple of weeks. SOE found it on a raid into Norway and
it's been sitting in your office, unused, all this time?
No, it's been used. It's been propping up my desk for the last fortnight. It's beautifully level now, perfect for shove halfpenny.
Great. Well, we'll take it now.
What about my desk? What can I put under the leg now?
How about your head?
All right, Gordon, what'll it be?
Do you mind if I ask for something a bit special?
Oh, well, if that's what you're after, I'll have to get someone to look after the bar.
No, it's not that. It's a drink made of carrot, spinach and beetroot.
Carrot, spinach and beetroot. You mean soup?
No, a cold drink. It's healthy. Makes you big and strong, according to the greengrocer.
Let me guess. He said the carrot will make you see in the dark, the spinach as strong as Popeye, and the beetroot...
Might make me fly?
Gordon, you've got to stop falling for this stuff. Look what happened last week. What did the butcher say eating enough tripe would do?
Give me X-ray vision.
What did it actually do?
Well, I don't really remember last week. I was so ill.
Good evening to you, Mrs. B.
Oh, you're in a good mood. Has Charles trodden on a landmine?
I wish. No, it's the fact that for the first time in this war, things are finally going our way.
And look at the newspaper. General Percival confident of defending Singapore. He says he's got 80,000 men.
Aye, the newspaper, which I don't trust, censored by the government, which I didn't vote for, quoting an army general whom I don't believe.
Archie, don't you think you're being a bit cynical?
No, Gordon, you're just impressionable.
That's not true.
It is true.
Okay, maybe it is.
Look, there's a few clues left in the crossword. Why don't you help Mrs. B finish it?
No fear. Crosswords are no fun with you, brainy lot. Especially Charles. 2 minutes of intense concentration and it's all over.
Sorry, you're still talking about crosswords?
Oh, good evening. Are we looking at crosswords?
You're not getting your hands on mine.
We're still on crosswords, are we?
Yes, Archie. Actually, I know the chap who set the one on Tuesday. Teaches classics at St. Seb's. Talk about pretentious.
God, you're calling him pretentious. Nice one, yeah. I take it in your linguistic travels, ever come across the expression, pot calling the kettle black?
I have, and you know the Armenians have a very interesting rendering of that phrase.
No, they don't. Who wants a drink?
Not me.
Minka, there you are. Wondering where you've been.
I've been here for many minutes, but you not see me.
How do you do that?
When Nazi come your village, you learn to blend in while still carrying machine gun.
But you're not carrying a machine gun. Oh, there it is. Very good.
Wasn't your usual, Minka?
I haven't got that much vodka in the cellar.
I know. I make my own. My sister in Cardiff sent me new recipe for chicken sapis.
I don't have much Polish, but chicken pies means barking dog.
Yes, is 104% proof. The trick is to get in the extra 4%. Sometimes it go wrong, and woof!
Morning, H33.
Morning, Josh.
Oh, well, we all seem in good heart.
It's been a lot easier decoding the messages with this German code book, and it's so beautifully laid out.
Clarity, simplicity. The Germans really know what they're doing.
Oh, steady on, Charles. Whose side are you on?
I'd have thought that was obvious.
Germany's.
Charles, you're not one of them, are you?
Of course not.
Well, there are grave concerns about German sympathisers at Bletchley Park. Drastic measures are being taken. I've got Minka on the lookout for signs of treachery.
Josh, that is not a good idea. She does tend to overreact to anything even slightly German.
How do you mean?
Well, the other day, she nearly machine-gunned Alan Turing when she saw him eating some Battenberg.
It's true. It's lucky that pile of Bath buns took most of the burst.
Perhaps that was a little excessive.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm in favour of torturing Nazis as much as the next man, especially when that next man to be tortured is Charles.
Well, there seem to be a lot of German
Oh,
sympathisers.
Josh, come now. There really aren't.
Nonsense. There are dozens of people wandering around saying that the Allies are doing badly and the Germans are doing very well.
Yeah, the thing is, Josh, the Allies are doing badly.
In what sense, badly?
Losing ships, armies, countries.
That's not always bad.
Yes, it is, Josh.
That's not what Pater says. No guts, no...
Glory?
No guts, no bowels, no problem. It's his contention that it's possible for man to fight without his internal organs.
And we're all very glad he's currently leading an entire division in North Africa.
Exactly. No one can say Germans are doing well there.
Well, at least the war's going well for H33. We've got the code book.
Excellent. And if you need another, don't forget to drop gun to a line, will you?
No, Josh, we don't actually...
Gordon, let it go.
Right.
Gordon, chuck us a code book. Oh, don't let it fall on the floor.
No, don't worry. It's very hard-wearing. Germans make things to last.
Why don't you just sign up for the S-bloody-S?
Sorry to interrupt, chaps. Bit of a security sweep, looking for all things German.
We look for anything German. So far I have piece of pumpernickel, a little Dachshund. Quiet!
And who's this?
This is man with German measles.
I really do feel quite unwell.
Silence!
Now, what do we have here?
That's the book you gave us.
It's got all the German codes in it.
So it was written by a German.
Well, obviously.
Well, I'm afraid that book has to be arrested.
Arrested? You cannot arrest a book.
Minka,
Yes.
arrest the book.
Yeah, he said arrest it, not pump it full of bullets.
This is how we arrest people in Polish resistance.
By shooting them?
Yes. And then we burn. Good old chicken sea piece. It's the extra 4% that gives it the woof. Quiet, evil German dog!
I cannot believe this.
It has to be drastic. It's the only language these German sympathizers understand. Apart from German, obviously.
Well done, Josh. We've been trying for months to teach you that Germans speak German.
But any day now, the Germans are going to attack Murmansk. Now we won't know when. And there are convoys going there all the time. If it falls, our ships will be stranded, dead meat, easy pickings out in the sea.
Especially for all those German fish.
German fish?
You know, the ones with the fins.
You weren't there, Minka. The main thing is, it makes sense in his head.
So, will things be a bit tricky without the code book?
Aye. Incredibly tricky. 17,000 times trickier, to be precise.
Don't worry. Remember what Pater says.
You're all going to die a violent and painful death?
No, he does say that, but I was thinking of what he says about morale. Keep your spirits up and you can defy the laws of physics. Or was it the laws of Denmark? Oh, I forget which. Cheerio.
I cannot believe Minka burnt the book.
Yeah, it was a little steep, wasn't it?
We're going to have to slog our guts out again. It's so depressing.
Hey, if you're depressed, there's this new thing called counselling.
Counselling. Gordon, what did I say about being sucked in by fads and fashions?
They're offering it on the site for anyone who is overwhelmed with despair.
Oh, come on, Gordon. Didn't you learn how to cope with failure at school?
Well, of course he didn't. He was the cleverest kid by a mile and got into Cambridge at 16.
Even so, the police should have toughened you up a bit.
Coping with failure was part of the syllabus at Bradlaugh, was it?
Not exactly, but the prefects took it upon themselves routinely to humiliate the juniors. There was the 3-minute bell mile.
So they'd ring a bell after 3 minutes.
No, you had to run the mile carrying a church bell.
I think I might try the counselling.
Gordon?
Sorry, Minka, didn't see you there.
You need counseling.
Well, I just feel I'd be a stronger member of the team.
In Polish resistance, we had special counseling program for ex-Nazis who had to live with mental pain of betrayal.
Really?
No, we take them to forest. Dig, dig, bang, bang.
Well, it certainly avoids the paperwork.
Polish resistance is known for swift justice and generous pension plan.
Really?
No, we all die young. Now, Josh told me to look out for possible German infiltrator called Gunther. If I find him, I do very nasty thing.
Look, Minka, look, this is England. You can't just wander around with a gun doing whatever you want. Didn't see you were carrying one of those. Turns out you can wander around doing whatever you want.
Is that a German Spandau machine gun?
Yes, I know. I use German weapon, but it's such good quality.
Yeah, absolutely. The craftsmanship is marvellous.
Ha! I shoot them with German gun. It's quite big irony.
Except that's not technically irony in the strictest definition although there are many definitions of what constitutes irony.
Good luck finding Gunther.
Thank you. And as you say, poodle tip.
Yes, we do say that.
All right, boys, you all need another drink.
Aye.
But it's on the house since you're also down in the dumps. And I'll tell you what, I'll even let you get one across.
Mrs. B, for the last time, I'm not going to sleep with you.
I meant my crossword. You can finish it.
What day's crossword is this?
Tuesdays.
So the setter is Professor Lionel Mackintosh. He's an insufferable man. He'll have done some clever things with the clues. The first letter of every clue will spell the name of a cricketer. Yes. B-R-A-D-M-A-N.
Bradman. Don Bradman.
I've had him.
Of course you have.
Ended up in his boat coming back from Australia.
Never heard it called that before.
He really does like a bouncer. And a full toss.
Yeah, all right, Mrs. B.
So, if the first three solutions will start with D-O-N, that's going to make it much easier. Hang on. Yes, that's it.
That's what?
Knowing the setter of the puzzle makes all the difference.
What are you talking about?
First rule of warfare, know thine enemy. It's in Clausewitz's book, On War. Or was it Sun Tzu? Or was it the Bible?
Well, they're easily confused.
I thought the first rule of fighting was you don't talk about fighting.
We should probably not talk about it here. Come on, up to my room. Close the door, Gordon.
Look, what's all this about?
Look, it's simple. How does Gunther use his code book?
He looks up the 3-letter key code for the day, sets his dials to that code, then chooses his own 3-letter code at random.
So, what if we manage to guess that random 3-letter key code?
Well, it'd be like having the book back. But we cannot guess because, it's random. You know, the operator can choose any 3 letters he likes. MCC, OBE, RAC.
None of those 3-letter sets you've just said are random. They all mean something.
Yeah, but I could have said PYG or KGW or, I don't know, BBC.
BBC, you see? QED.
That's 8 letters.
Shut up, Gordon.
Gunter's up in the frozen wastelands of Norway. Every time he sends a message, he has to think of a random 3-letter combination again and again.
And he could choose any 3 letters he wants. That's 17,000 combinations.
But he probably doesn't choose randomly. Because people don't choose things randomly. But we might be able to guess. Either way, our chances are better than 17,000 to 1.
Yeah, you might have something there.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, I know, I am clever.
That is true.
Don't encourage him. So, what next?
Well, we work out what letters Gunter would choose. We need to build up a picture of Gunter, a profile.
We don't know anything about Gunter. He's not even called Gunter.
Well, let's write down what we do know. What do we know about Gunter?
He's German?
Yes, good. Yeah, he's German. Let's write that down.
Gunter, German. Except he might not be German. He could be Austrian.
Yeah, good point, Gordon, yeah. Write down German or Austrian.
Or German-speaking Czech. Or a conscripted Norwegian.
Yeah, so write down German or not German.
Well, I think this is going really well.
Archie, we do not have time for heavy sarcasm.
I think we do. In fact, we've got all the time in the world.
But we just need to get into the mind of the soldier. He's freezing cold. He's miles from home, even if he's Norwegian.
Eva. Maybe he types in EVA, if that's the name of his girlfriend.
Good thinking.
Well, what if his girlfriend isn't Eva? What if it's Heidi?
Then the letters will be H-E-I. Very good.
Oh, we could go on like this forever.
No, we couldn't. No, there's only about 30 or so girls' names of his age. I used to travel in Germany. I'll draw up a table.
Well, how do we know he's into girls?
What do you mean, Archie?
Well, maybe he plays for City and not United.
You think he's a footballer?
No, it doesn't matter.
Archie, you think of German military terms, acronyms, and place names.
All right. Do you mind if I do this next door?
I don't feel you have to.
Well, it's just any minute now you're going to put on some Wagner.
Maybe a cycle of the ring?
Yeah, well, I'm not that interested in Wagner's Ring. See you later.
What shall I do?
Here's a copy of Mein Kampf. See if anything springs to mind.
Oh, okay.
Right, I've got a list of German girls' names here.
Morning, Gordon. You're in early.
I am not early. You were late.
Oh, well, maybe a couple of minutes, but...
Sloppiness is not acceptable in this hut.
Are you all right, Gordon?
Sorry, guys, I'm just a bit out of sorts. Late night.
Well, it was your own fault. You insisted on listening to the entire ring cycle.
Nonetheless, I made it in on time, unlike you two. It is sloppiness and lateness that has brought about a malaise in this hut that is a disgrace to our Saxon heritage. Sorry, there I go again. Sorry, I just need to relax. Put on some music. Hope you don't mind, Charles. I borrowed some of your Wagner records. I found them strangely soothing last night.
Charles, could I have a word?
Yes?
You didn't by any chance give him any German propaganda material to read, did you?
Well, just a copy of Mein Kampf.
Mein Kampf? You've got a copy of Mein Kampf?
Well, of course. Anyway, I didn't expect him to take the content seriously.
Well, now look at him. He's become a radicalized Nazi.
Well, how was I to know that would happen?
Well, I don't know. You know, you took a young, impressionable man, kept him up all night, let him read the seminal text of the Nazi movement whilst playing in Wagner's Ring Cycle.
Good point.
What are you talking about? Are you conspiring against me? Like the Allied nations at Versailles, robbing a great nation of its noble place and enslaving them and their children?
Gordon, you remember what I said about not believing everything you read?
Yes, I do. But to be honest, Archie, I don't trust you anymore.
Why not?
You're a Bolshevik. I've seen the true way, the ultimate destiny of the fatherland, and the Reich that would last for 1,000 years.
Gordon, you were meant to read the book for research purposes, so that we can get into the mind of Gunter.
Gunter, yes. I like the name Gunter. It is a strong German name.
I hear the name Gunther.
That is because I am Gunter.
You, Gunther?
Minka, nice to see you. Isn't it, Charles?
Yes, and it sounded like Gordon said he was Gunter, didn't it? But in fact, Gordon was about to say that he was Gunter's
worst enemy.
That is not true. These are Bolshevik lies.
So, finally we find a Nazi in our midst.
Minka, there is no way that Gordon could possibly be a Nazi. Let all just calm down.
Yes, listen to this music. It's the masterful work of a master race.
Turn it off!
Now, Gunther, how about we take a little walk into the woods?
Ooh, that'd be nice.
We take spades. You diggy dig.
Minka, no, he's just confused.
He is Nazi spy and he must die.
I am not afraid to die. The most sacred of all sacrifices is that of the blood poured out for one's fatherland.
No, I think you'll find that Mein Kampf actually says the most sacred of all rights is man's right to the...
Really not helping there, Charles.
Now, H33, what's going on here?
Josh, we have a little problem. Minka's got it into her head that Gordon's a not.
He is Nazi. He says his name is Gunther. He quote Mein Kampf.
Is this true?
Don't say anything, Gordon.
Well, I'm afraid as a precaution we shall have to place you under arrest.
Arrest? Arrest is for girly, pampy, namby British identity all day with Matthew Man Jack.
I'm sorry, but these are the procedures we have to follow. Place him under safe custody.
Oh, goody.
Now, Minka, we talked about this. You just keep him under guard. You do not do... What was it called?
Polish waltz.
What's the Polish waltz?
Well, you take naughty Nazi, put his feet in metal bucket, pour in water, take battery from big lorry, and he dance.
So, none of that, Minka. Now, off you go, Gordon. Left, right, left, right, left. I say, you're jolly good at this marching all of a sudden.
Don't worry, Gunther. Gordon, yeah, we'll think of something.
I welcome custody and prison. The Fuhrer himself went to jail. I consider it an honour to suffer as he did.
Well, now what we're going to do?
I was thinking about finishing the crossword.
What?
Well, you heard him. He's turned into a Nazi. What can we do?
Well, we can denazify him, turn him back.
Well, how on earth could we do that?
Well, we can make him read the seminal work for the British way of life.
What, Tom Brown's School Days?
Yes, of course. Fight Hitler's propaganda with tales of a small boy being systematically beaten by a prefect.
Well, they're very good stories, though.
Look, how about we just talk to Gordon, tell him everything that's good about this country. We can both think of 5 good things, can't we?
I'm sure I'll think of something.
Now, I better go and try these 3-letter key codes on the machines.
3-letter key codes?
Yeah, the key codes. Remember your brilliant plan of getting inside the mind of Gunter, which turned Gordon into a Nazi?
Well, I don't have to take all the credit for the plan.
Just been at Hut 17.
Any joy?
None of the key codes worked.
Pity. I have managed to get an audience with Gordon.
Where is he?
The coal shed. Apparently Minka said that it was the best place to defend. Something to do with lines of fire and killing fields.
So what are we going to say to Gordon?
Well, I've made a list.
Me too. What have you got?
Oh, well, hang on. We're being beckoned by Minka.
Cooey! You want to see Nazi scum? You have 5 minutes.
But we're not quite...
4 minutes.
Okay.
Hello, Gordon.
Charles, Archie, guten Tag.
Clicked your heels there. Very good.
What can I do for you?
Gordon, have you ever thought about England?
Well,
Wait. I thought we were talking about Britain.
Oh, England, Britain, yeah. What's the difference?
Are you joking?
Well, England is the best part of Britain.
Best part since when?
Well, I didn't mean best as in superior. I meant best as in the sense of largest. Although much about England is superior.
I thought you were Scottish.
Well, technically, yes, but, I mean, have you been to Scotland?
you see, this is a nation divided against itself. We need a strong leader to unite us together and march to glory and freedom.
No, Gordon, we don't. In fact, one of Britain's finest institutions is the Mother of Parliaments, the seat of centuries of democracy.
The women only got the vote 24 years ago. Even now it's a cartel of elite. What else have you got on that list?
The class system. Yeah, one of the best things about England.
The class system. That's one of the worst things about England.
Okay, well, there's the sense of fair play.
Oh, aye. Yeah, walking into countries all over the world and saying, hello, we're in charge now. Could you take my bags to the best hotel and fix us a drink?
Well, we bring order wherever we go.
Order in the sense of clear boundaries between slaves and masters.
Archie, please.
Sorry.
And then there's the weather.
Oh, so the constant drizzle is a plus, is it?
Encourages us to be moderate. Too much sun in Europe makes the proles agitated and you end up with revolutions. I mean, look at 1848.
Aye, revolution in 1848 would have been a good thing.
Ignore him, Gordon. And then there's the food.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, yeah, what would you say was so good about Britain?
Well, the way you put it, not much.
Oh, you're such a whiner, and nothing's ever good enough for you, is it? Just because you're working class, you think that makes you right about everything.
Well, at least I've had experience of real life, of poverty.
Stop it, both of you.
Oh, shut up, Gordon.
No, I won't. Because I can say what I want, and I live in Britain, where we have free speech, where two completely opposed people like you two can work to put aside your differences.
Well, we weren't exactly putting them aside.
Shut up, Archie. Isn't it great that I can tell you to shut up?
No.
Gordon, welcome back.
I'm sorry I got carried away with the whole Nazi thing. Don't really know what came over me.
It's amazing the effect Hitler has on people.
That must be the answer. The three-letter key code we're looking for. H-I-T.
Of course! Gordon, do you want to run down to Hut 17 and give it a try?
No, do it yourself.
Huh?
Just trying out my free speech.
Oh, I see.
It's all right. I'll go. Actually, I'm still under arrest. Might be easier if you go.
Right. I'll have a word with Josh. Try and smooth things over. Now, does that make sense, Josh?
Absolutely. So, you're saying Gunter was here and had disguised himself as Gordon and locked the real Gordon in the coal shed. Then, when we arrested the real Gunter and put him in the coal shed, he escaped, leaving behind the real Gordon.
That's right.
Sounds exactly like the sort of dastardly thing Gunter would do. Let him go, Minka.
Oh, can I not do Polish tango?
What's that?
It's like Polish waltz, but with bigger battery.
No. Out you come, Gordon.
Good news! The key code was HIT, and the message is broken.
Oh, splendid.
You have no idea what that means, do you?
No.
It means that answer to our little riddle was Hitler.
Oh, excellent. Good old Hitler.
Nazi scum!
Josh, duck!
Hut 33 starred Robert Bathurst, Tom Goodman-Hill, Olivia Colman, Fergus Craig, Lil Ruffley, Alex McQueen and Alex Lowe. It was written by James Carey. The producer was Adam Bromley.
Hut 33 by James Carey.
Archie, have you finished that letter chart?
Not yet. This one's going to take all day. B, K, C, C, H.
Archie, do you have to make such a frightful din?
Oh, excuse me, Charles. Some of us are trying to win this war.
Well, do it quietly. I'm trying to have a nap.
You really don't care who wins the war, do you?
Archie, of course I don't want Germany to win. Think of the effect a German domination of Europe would have on cuisine.
Oh, so you're fighting this war on the principle of freedom of expression in the kitchen?
Absolutely. And freedom in general. I mean, you know what Germans are like for standardization. Imagine if Europe was unified by a single power and everything got standardized, measured and regulated. Yeah, I'm fighting this war to make sure that never happens.
Ah, that's good to hear. Can I continue with my work now?
Yeah, carry on with your word puzzle.
It's not a word puzzle, it's called a letter chart.
In fact, Charles, I've got a word puzzle for you.
Proceed.
Rearrange the following words into a well-known phrase or saying. It, stick, you're up, Jaxie.
Archie, we really need to get on with these charts. Hang on. What's that?
That is a pneumatic inter-hut communication system.
How does it work?
You put a message in a canister, you put it in here, choose a hut number, And hit send. And it passes through the tubes to the destination. They're calling it the iTube.
No, it's pointless.
It is not pointless. It can pass a message from one hut to another in a matter of seconds.
What, like a telephone?
Except this is for passing out written messages.
Well, now you're thinking of a window.
Except this can send written messages to huts further away.
Well, now you're thinking of paper aeroplanes.
What does the message say?
It's from Hut 12, a status update. I'm bored of letter charts, off to the canteen.
Yeah. Prices information.
You know your trouble, Charles. You're just afraid of change.
I'm not afraid of it. I dislike it.
Charles, you've got a car. That's recent technology.
No, it's a Bugatti. It's a work of art.
Well, it must be art, because it's very expensive, looks good, it's made by Italians, but it doesn't actually work.
Oh, so do the Italians not make good cars?
No, Gordon.
Yes! Minka, will you stop creeping up like that?
I creep up like a Polish tank with a cloaking device.
A cloaking device? Like in a science fiction comic?
Minka, is the cloaking device a cloak?
And is a Polish tank, in fact, a horse?
Yes. Horse with flamethrower. Clip, clop, woof. Ow, 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 ow.
How did they carry enough fuel?
Every horse tank come with little petrol pony. It's very sweet.
Well, that's one way to keep out the Germans. Or not.
British should try Polish tank. I tell Josh.
Can I have a go on the iTube?
No, Gordon, please. It's a waste of time. We'd be better off inventing a machine that will do this letter charting for us.
Yeah, a machine couldn't do that. You need a human brain for that job, a top mathematician.
And you're too modest to say that it's you.
Well, I would have done, but you interrupted.
I think a machine could do the letter charts.
What?
It's simple. You just need to turn the letters into values, log their position in a matrix, and cross-correlate them. Statistically significant patterns will be obvious.
What?
Charles, you're not a mathematician. I wouldn't expect you to understand.
You have no idea, do you?
None at all?
I really think it could be a war winner.
Well, there's only one way to find out. We should build one. Josh?
Who is it?
It's Archie. We've got a project we'd like to talk to you about.
I've heard all about it. Attaching that much petroleum to pony seems very cruel.
Okay, it's not Minka's horse and pony flamethrower.
Oh, sorry.
Could we come in to discuss it?
I'm a little busy. Do you have an appointment?
No.
Well, I can't see you now. I'm in the middle of something.
Is that something, this conversation?
Yes?
Okay, I'm going to open the door now.
Oh, morning all. Come on in.
We've had an idea for a war-winning weapon.
It's all here.
That's a piece of paper. I'm pretty sure that paper's already been invented. Not exactly a war winner.
It's on the paper, look.
It's a blueprint for a machine.
Oh, a new machine. Interesting. Well, you'll need to talk to IT in the main house.
IT?
Ian Trent. We call him IT.
Ooh, IT's in charge of the computing machines.
That's the one.
We could send him a message on the iTube.
Oh, good idea.
I'll write a note. Ask him to come over.
Ah, so we like the new iTube then?
Ooh, can I send the message?
Be my guest. Choose main house. And send.
What happened to those young chaps who used to deliver our messages by hand?
All conscripted into my father's new regiment.
Your father, General Crusher Fanshawe Marshall, is getting a new unit.
Yes, just a regiment this time, the Bedfordshire 3rd Rifles.
I thought he was now barred from active combat after what happened to the Bedfordshire 2nd Rifles.
There were perfectly good reasons why his last unit was wiped out, and the Bedfordshire 1st.
Ah, yeah. The first were wiped out because they didn't have rifles.
Bit of a supply bish.
But the second rifles didn't do much better with rifles.
Oh, that's because they had rifles, but no boats, which are really important when you're attempting an amphibious attack on Sardinia.
They had to swim ashore. From where?
North Africa.
Well, Peter wasn't going to make that mistake again. Anyway, he's putting together a regiment for a top-secret mission that could end the war in 3 days.
I'm sure he wouldn't lose that quickly.
No, we'd win in 3 days. Anyway, I can't say any more, unless, of course, you wish to sign up.
I'd rather ram my head up the back end of a Polish tank.
Oh, it's the iTube. What does it say?
It's from IT. He says, try turning it off and on again.
Shall we pay him a visit?
Are you IT?
Yeah, hang on. I'm on the phone to H33.
That'll be Alan Turing.
Alan, have you tried turning it off and on again? Right. Is it plugged in? Right, there's your problem. All right then, bye.
If you don't mind, we need to speak with you. Gordon, give him the drawing.
Can you build this?
Right, well, you've got the punch card here, processing information with the valves. Right. What's this big red thing here?
Oh, sorry, that's some raspberry jam.
Right. Just trying to get my head around the size of this thing. How big is this computing machine going to be?
I'm trying to keep the size down so that it could be portable, just big enough to get it onto the back of a truck.
The back of a truck? Wait, it'll get knocked about and rained on.
I just need a protective flap over the top.
Flap top. I like that. Good word.
Why does it need to be on the back of a truck?
It'd be good to have it movable so it can be near the action. Unless, of course, this could be connected to the iTube system.
No, not the iTube.
But the machine would be able to send the results to where they're needed straight away and receive the information from everywhere else. And you'd have an interconnecting net of machines, like a spider's web, one day all over the world. And it could be called the Worldwide Spider.
Yeah, I'll get all that. It's just impossible to get parts. You'll need an entire hut, 300 valves, 2 miles of copper wire, and last time I looked, there was a war on.
Oh, but that's why we need the machine, because there's a war on.
Well, that's not my problem.
Look, this is a machine that can enable us to read the German codes faster than they do.
Well, I applaud it. Rest assured, the moment this whole Nazi thing blows over, you'll get that machine made no problem.
Yeah, when it won't be needed.
Well, until then, I can't help you.
Back to the letter charts.
All right, gents. Pint for you, Archie.
I could do with one. Hours I spent on those letter charts.
We don't talk shop in here. Charles, here's yours.
That's a pint of sherry.
That's right. Drink up.
Mrs. B, I'm not falling for that old get them drunk routine.
I know.
Ah!
Oops. Sorry. Sherry all over your trousers. Let's get them off.
I'm not taking my trousers off.
Oh, look, here's a pint of paraffin.
Even if you set fire to my trousers, Mrs. B, I am not taking them off.
Come on, Charles. I got needs.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, you look completely knackered.
I am. It's those letter charts.
There you go again.
I think you should go and get some sleep.
Okay.
I mean, sleep on your bed.
I'll carry him up. Oh, blimey, he's heavier than he looks.
Minka helped.
Hello, Minka. Didn't see you there.
When Nazi come to your village, you learn to move silently like hedgehog with howitzer.
Actually, I think that'll be quite noisy.
You tell hedgehog with massive gun to shut up?
No, good point. Anyway, can you help me carry Gordon? If you get one end, I'll get the other. Or you could just carry him by yourself.
I have much experience of carrying bodies. I did say Nazi come to my village. Nazi did not leave my village. See you later.
Poor Gordon. No sense of moderation.
Well, when he has work to do, he goes at it like a madman. Fine line between genius and madness.
Two sides of the same coin.
Except not all geniuses are mad.
Genii.
Whatever.
Whichever, not whatever.
My point stands. Einstein's a genius and not mad.
Albert Einstein. I've had him.
Of course you have.
I was in Switzerland a few years ago. He was a young man working in the patent office. I tell you what, I'd patent some of the stuff he can do with a slide rule.
Thank you, Mrs. B. I suggest we end this conversation before we start making jokes about black holes.
Fair enough. Last orders!
Here's the next lot of messages for this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry, I cannot face more letter charts.
Come on, Archie, we've been doing them every day for the last 18 months.
That's why I cannot face them.
You heard what IT said. They can't get the parts for the machine.
Yeah, I know, but look, last night, I was thinking, pass us that circuit diagram again.
Archie, stop putting your faith in technology. There's no substitute for good old-fashioned hard work. Now, can I get back to my nap?
There's a message on the iTube.
Do you have problems giving ladies a good time? If so, try cribbage. It's mentally stimulating and good clean fun. Buy your cribbage set from Hut 4.
What hut was it again?
Gordon! Look at this circuit diagram. I reckon we could do all this with a few dozen valves, some decent tubing and a few 100 metres of copper wire.
But we don't have any of those things. And valves are impossible to get hold of.
Oh, well, there's a war on. You know, things go missing. And sometimes they turn up in the possession of other people.
That's theft.
It's not theft. It's simply unauthorised reallocation of resources.
Theft.
I prefer borrowing on a permanent basis without asking.
Theft.
All property is theft. Basic Marxism.
Archie, if I agree to help, will you shut up about the proletariat?
Deal.
Evening, Archie. What'll it be?
Mrs. B, I need to ask you a favour.
A favour? Right. I'll have to get someone to mind the bar.
Whoa, Mrs. B, although you're in the right ballpark.
Good.
Yeah, don't unbutton your blouse just yet.
I'm a ticking clock now, Archie.
All right, I wasn't aware this was going to cost.
No charge, Archie, no charge.
Look, all right, look, there's this bloke called Ian Trent. He'll be in shortly.
Tall and dark, is he?
Well, not exactly.
Doesn't matter. The light bulb's gone upstairs anyway.
Well, I'm glad you're in the mood. Look, thing is, he'll be very grateful and he'll probably give you whatever you want. So, could you ask him for some valves?
Valves.
Aye, some valves. About 2 dozen should do it. If I could have them at breakfast, that'd be great.
Oh, all right, valves. Breakfast. Fine. Anyone else you need me to get to know? I'm prepared to make any sacrifice for my country.
Well, it's not really a sacrifice in your case, is it? It's more an extension of a pastime.
I could have a word with the butcher. Try and get you some luncheon meat.
Not technically required, but if you like.
Ah, good evening, Mrs. Best.
Evening, Josh.
I was wondering if you could put up a poster for me in your hostelry.
So, what does this recruitment poster say? General Crusher says, join up. What are you? A big girl's blouse?
Direct, at least.
Archie, you might want to sign up, especially if I let you in on a little secret. Mrs. Best, could I use the salon bar for a private meeting?
Help yourself.
Archie, are you sure this room isn't loused?
Loused? You mean bugged?
Do I?
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Let me tell you about the secret operation code-named Operation Kidnap Hitler.
Let me guess. You're going to parachute into Germany and kidnap Hitler.
That's right. How did you know that?
You said it was called Operation Kidnap Hitler.
Ah. You're saying the code name isn't subtle enough.
Well, it isn't a code name. It's a name.
But would it be better if we changed the name to Operation Don't Kidnap Hitler?
Technically, yes, that would be better.
Yes, but the old name does sum up the plan very well. We plan to kidnap Hitler.
All right, so you're going to arrive unnoticed, overpower his fanatical, well-trained personal bodyguards, and bring him back to Blighty.
You think we need to bring him back to Britain?
Yeah, you see, otherwise you haven't really kidnapped him, you've just met him in Germany.
Good point. Well, I'm sure we could all catch a train from Berlin to Calais. I've heard Hitler does run an excellent and punctual train service.
All right, so you and the entire regiment will be boarding a train for Calais.
Good point. That will be terribly expensive, won't it? We could could all get day returns. They're often cheaper, but we're only going one way, and that's cheating, really, so I'd feel rather bad about it.
Josh, you're telling me that the entire regiment are going to queue up in Berlin Temple Meads and buy a day return to Calais?
I see what you mean. Do you think they'll do group bookings?
I'm sure they'll do a great deal for entire British regiments. I mean, free train ride to the nearest prisoner of war camp.
Well, we can't have that. We need to be at Calais to get the ferry.
You know, I'm not sure the ferry's all that frequent anymore. Pretty sure there hasn't been one since June 1940.
Typical French, on strike again. Well, you've certainly given me some food for thought. I'll talk to Peter. Are you sure you don't want to come?
Yeah, even more sure than I was.
Well, not a word to anyone else. Pip, pip.
Morning, Archie.
Morning, Gordon. Charles.
We got the things on the list. Well, I say we. Charles didn't want to help at first, but in the end we made a good team.
I said this technology would end in tears, but as long as it's your tears, Archie, I don't mind.
Well, thanks very much. Now, here are 24 valves.
But how?
Don't ask.
Ooh, Mrs. B asked me to give you these metal panels from the ironmonger.
Handy.
She also sent this screwdriver from the local electrician.
That's fantastic.
And then from the butcher, she got these 3 tins of luncheon meat.
Well, I wasn't planning on spam sandwiches, but...
And then 3 bottles of communion wine.
Mrs. B's been busy. Now, copper wire.
We got this from a telegraph pole.
Hey, nice one.
Someone did see us, but if they call the police, I don't think they'll be getting through.
And what about those pipes?
No luck, I'm afraid.
Minka fine pipes.
Hey, they're perfect.
Now, if I'm not much mistaken, those are exhaust pipes from a Bugatti 9. Very much like the one that I... Minka.
He need pipes, you have pipes, I take pipes. Peasy easy.
Minka, you can't just go around helping yourself to whatever you like. Unless, of course, you have a knife that big.
I still need something big and sturdy to connect the processing valves to the main input. Something that conducts really well with 2 arms that go out either side. Oh, thanks, Minka.
This metal statue is perfect, no?
It is, yeah. The way the arms go out, holding that sword and scales. My only concern is that it's from the roof of the Royal Courts of Justice.
And now is bringing justice to Europe.
That's one way of looking at it.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some difficult, delicate electronic engineering work to do. Now, where's me hammer? Aha!
Archie, do you need anything to eat?
I'm all right. There's luncheon meats around here somewhere.
Do you need some bread to go with it? Mrs. B has offered to talk to the baker.
Not now. It's ready for a test run.
This should be interesting.
Wait!
Yes! Hey, Minka, what have you got?
Gold is very good conductor, yes?
The best there is.
I have gold.
What the hell is that?
It looks like the mace from the House of Commons.
Maybe. I not know what it's called. Big room, green seats, men going, ow, ow, ow.
Yes, the House of Commons.
Why is there a dent in it?
Because there is now also dent in, what he called, Mr. Speaker.
You bludgeoned the Speaker of the House of Commons with the mace.
It was late, people sleepy, no one noticed.
Well, you know, maybe we can incorporate it into version 2. Look, let's see if version 1 works first. Flipping the switch. All right, give it a while for the valves to warm up. There we go. Gordon, put the punch card in there.
It's starting to shake.
Hold it down, grab a corner. Charles.
Right.
Ah! Was it meant to give me a huge electric shock?
No, that was just a bonus.
Has it gone wrong?
All right, losers.
IT, what are you doing here?
It isn't how it looks.
It looks like you've made the machine I turned down with parts that have been begged, borrowed or stolen.
Okay, then it is how it looks.
I'm glad you've been putting those valves to good use.
Oh, I see. Very good.
What's very good?
IT said no to Gordon's plan because he knew we'd go off and find a cheaper way of getting the job done and make it ourselves.
Oh, I can't believe I fell for that.
I can. Hook, line, sinker, depth charge and U-boat. Right, I'll take it from here. You lot have been reassigned.
Reassigned?
Ah, hello, chaps. Well done on this machine. When it works, you'll no longer be required for code-breaking duties, so you've been redeployed. Welcome to the Bedfordshire 3rd Rifles.
What? So, our reward for creating the machine is certain death?
On the contrary, our mission is certain to succeed. As you know, Archie, the plan was to parachute the regiment into Germany, kidnap Hitler, and make our way back to Britain on public transport.
I beg your pardon?
I know Archie raised some valid concerns, so now we're sending in a much smaller group. Us four, plus Peter. We should be able to get a super saver family travel card for the journey home.
What?
Don't worry, we won't be in British uniform. We'll be dressed as neutral Swedes. And our cover story is that we're a group of wandering furniture makers.
Furniture makers?
We've thought of everything. We're even parachuting in some samples of our work. A couple of wardrobes, a nest of tables, a 4-poster bed, although that's really for Peter.
Josh, this is utter madness.
So, see you in the morning for some training, and don't forget to bring a drill.
All right, gents, what'll it be?
An enormous scotch.
With water? Soda?
With another scotch, please.
Aye, I'll have that too. And a beer to go with it.
Gordon?
Orange squash, please. A really big one.
Sounds serious.
You know, IT knew exactly what was going on.
Well, I don't see how. He was wearing a blindfold the whole time and I had to talk like Vera Lynn. I'm broad-minded, but...
No. He knew all about the valves. The moment he knew you wanted valves, he put 2 and 2 together.
You got what you needed.
Yes, but now we've been reassigned. So, after breakfast tomorrow, could you serve all our meals into a bag and mail them via the Red Cross to Stalag Luft 3?
Oh, dear. Well, I'm sure you'll work out some way of saving your own skins. You normally do. Excuse me while I change the barrel.
So how are we going to save our skins? Apart from the obvious.
What's the obvious?
Well, isn't it obvious?
Apparently not.
We have a quiet word with the machine, throw a spanner in the works, you know, that sort of thing.
Charles, are you suggesting we sabotage a war-winning weapon?
No! Well, yes.
The clue's in the title, Charles. It's a war-winning weapon. Winning.
Look, I know it might be somewhat unethical.
Somewhat unethical. Right, there's out of order, there's unethical, and then Hitler. And then you.
Fine. And then tomorrow we fly to Germany and we die a pointless, painful death. Miles from home, carrying a mahogany nest of tables.
Well, I, for one, can't even imagine touching that machine that we created. It's completely out of the question. Well, I'm not saying we shouldn't touch the machine. I just mean we can't. Minka's guarding it. One false move and she'll blow your head off.
Oh, well, that's the end of that, then. We'll have to hope that she's persuadable. Hello, Minka. We were just going to take one last look at the machine.
You cannot pass.
Okay, Minka, no need to resort to violence.
What a silly thing to say. There is always need to resort to violence.
We just want to see if IT needs any help.
I not think so. I think you come to break machines so we not have to go to Germany.
Minka, we don't stand a chance in Germany.
You pamby-namby British tea drinking...
He's being realistic. We're being dropped in from a plane with a load of self-assembly Swedish furniture.
We must be disguised as Swedes.
Is that a problem?
I hate Swedes. Oh, look at me. I used to be a Viking. Now I am neutral and not fight anyone. My national dish is smorgasbord. It's just half a sandwich. Pah!
So you'll help us?
We destroy machine, yes?
Yes.
No.
Let's go.
Minka, wait!
There is machine. Now, which grenade? Mini, eeny, miny, mo. Oh, I was saving that one for special occasion.
We cannot blow it up, Minka. That'd obviously be treason. We'd be court-martialed and shot.
And we'd lose a war-winning weapon.
And that.
We were just wanting to put a spanner in the works.
Do you have a spanner?
No.
I do.
There's someone down there. IT?
I know what you're up to. I can't say I blame you, but it doesn't matter. I can't get it to work. It just seems to seize up every time I switch it on.
Oh, that's a shame.
Now, if you can get it to work, you're a better man than I.
Well, that's hardly in doubt, but we may yet be able to fix it.
Well, if you've any luck, send me a message on the iTube. And by order of the Colonel, H33 is reinstated.
Yes!
See you later.
Oh, I think I've seen the problem. IT?
Gordon, shut up.
Why did you put your hand over my mouth?
Because we're in the clear.
But I can fix the machine. Look down there.
Those are the tins of that revolting luncheon meat.
And that mechanism has been completely filled with spam.
Interesting. It's very interesting. And that is something I feel we should discover in about 2 days' time.
After Operation Expendable.
There's a big pile of letter charts here that need doing.
Pass them over. Back to work. H33.
H33 starred Robert Bathurst, Tom Goodman-Hill, Olivia Colman, Fergus Craig, Lil Ruffley, Alex McQueen and Stephen Hogan. It was written by James Carey and the producer was Adam Bromley.
H33 by James Carey.
So, Leningrad's been under siege for 200 days.
And the German Panzer Division is on its way to help via Finland.
Excuse me.
So, if we don't work out this code pretty quickly...
Leningrad could fall, giving the Germans a huge boost in morale, a new base in Russia, and possibly new pathway to Moscow.
Excuse me, but this is something you need to know.
What is it, Charles?
It's 4 o'clock. Time to go home.
Do you not care about the people of Leningrad?
Archie, that's not fair. You can't always play the guilt card every time someone wants to go home.
It's all right, Gordon. I can handle this. Archie, no, I don't care about the people of Leningrad.
Good afternoon, H33. The good news is I have something for you.
Is that the post bag? Brilliant. I never get letters.
These are all letters that need to be checked and censored before they're sent. All references to code-breaking activities must be removed.
Oh, we've just done an 8-hour shift.
That's the spirit, Charles. The Germans will have gone home by now. No point in us being here.
Oh, really? Well, off you go then.
I was joking. Come back, Charles.
The bad news is you've been assigned to extra duties by Major Watson.
Why us? What have we done?
It's Charles, an act of insubordination. You need to be very careful before you insubordinate. Do some insubording.
You don't know what insubordination is, do you?
I know it's bad. I know it's very bad, and this is the penalty. 8 3-hour shifts on post duty for the whole hut.
Oh, nice one, Charlie boy.
Pathetic. I barely said anything to Major Watson.
Charles, Major Watson is your superior.
How could he possibly be my superior? He went to grammar school.
Charles, leaving aside the truly massive prejudice in that statement, can I ask you why you just had to point that out to him?
I'm not saying that my superiority is his fault. He was born in Barnsley. Although one would have thought that it would make it easier to get into grammar school. Up there, grunting your own name would get you through the 11 plus.
You see, this is the problem. You always go too far.
I fail to see how.
I believe you compared his mother to a cockerel.
I did not call her a cockerel. I called her a cockatrice, a mythical winged rooster with a lizard tail.
Which obviously he didn't like, once he'd explained what it was.
And if he'd gone to a proper school, he would have known what it was.
Oh, yeah. Knowing the anatomy of fictional mythical animals, that's just basic life skills, isn't it?
No, you just said fictional and mythical. That's a tautology.
I'll give you a tautology. How would you like me to punch, smack, hit, pummel?
Archibald, that's enough. What's done is done. You have 24 hours of letter duty, starting with 3 hours now. Here's a list of banned words that must be crossed out whenever you see them, regardless of, the other words around.
The context?
Is that the word? I never know what it means. I always have to work it out from, the other words around.
The context?
Yes, context. So what does that word actually mean?
Oh, give me strength. We're trapped in a grammatical logic loop.
No, actually, it's a semantic logic loop.
Well, I can think of no better way of spending a Friday night. Pass us a pencil. I'm stabbing myself in the head.
I'll get the sharpener.
How are you getting on, Gordon?
Reading other people's private letters feels wrong, like I'm spying.
That's because you're spying.
But it's so personal.
That's not exactly juicy gossip. Turns out the staff at Bletchley managed to be discreet and long-winded. Oh, I know, here's a good bit. My dear husband, blah, blah, blah. I cannot wait till you come home and give it to me on the kitchen table. And then we'll see if that tablecloth matches the cupboards. Oh,
No, oh dear.
What is it?
Oh dear, oh dear.
Is it a letter from a spy?
No, it's far worse. Split infinitive.
is that all?
Is that all? It's a disgrace. Darling, this weekend I want to really tell you how much I love you, to hopefully show you how much I miss you.
Charles, we're not meant to correct the grammar.
Well, you believe in freedom of expression, don't you?
Aye.
Well then, you need proper punctuation to express yourself. Oh, look, he's joined two sentences with a comma here. Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Look, if people want to express themselves, they can do it however they want. It's bad enough we have to censor these letters at all.
There is a war on.
Aye, we're fighting fascists, so censor mail, tell people what to think and lock people up without trial.
Oh, this chap's just misplaced another apostrophe. To me, that's worth at least a few months in choke.
How are we getting on, chaps?
Really well. Charles has taken the chance to remove unnecessary tautologies.
Unnecessary tautologies. Well, that's a tautology. The word unnecessary itself is a tautology.
Please, Charles, just shut up.
Glad you're all getting along. Now, got some new important directives here. One about trousers. No, hang on, that's a note to myself. Trousers first, boots second. No, it's the other note. Here it is. What to look out for in the letters. Now, we need to know about any evidence of German relatives.
What for?
Well, anyone with a German relative is to be interned for the rest of the war on the Isle of Man.
This is what happens when you suspend habeas corpus.
No, they're just locking up suspicious people without trial.
Josh, that is suspending habeas corpus.
What is all this habeas corpus business? Whose corpse is it? Where's it being suspended from?
Habeas corpus is not a person. It's a legal concept, you know, that you can't be detained without trial.
Come on, Josh, it's basic jurisprudence.
Oh, no, I have heard of her.
No, that's...
Gordon, save your breath.
Where's Mrs. B? I need a drink.
You all right, Charles?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You've been in a mood since Josh came into the hut this evening and said that anyone with German relatives would be locked up.
Yes, that's quite enough.
Hang on. Charles, don't you have a German uncle?
Shut up, Gordon.
Uncle Henry. Well, Heinrich, surely.
Shut up, Gordon.
Doesn't he command a panzer unit?
Gordon, I said shut up.
Yes, that's right. He's with Bavarian 10th, isn't he?
Gordon, I can't help feeling that my next comment has been covered by the previous one under the broad heading of shut up.
Sorry.
I'd appreciate it if you kept it to yourself.
Even all!
Archie, Charles has a German uncle who's in charge of a panzer division.
Mrs. B, champagne!
Oh, what's the special occasion?
Charles is going to be hanged. Or at least banished to the Isle of Man, which amounts to the same thing.
Well, if you want champers, here's a bottle of me finest.
Let's see. Plum champagne. Two words that don't usually go together.
There is a war on.
This is so unfair. I can't help it if I have German relatives. Couldn't help it if I did have... I'm sorry, I needed the subjunctive there.
Oh, your syntax and tenses have all gone up the chute. You're really rattled.
I am not rattled. And the subjunctive is not a tense, it's a mood.
Well, someone's in a mood.
All right, here's your bubbly.
Thanks, Mrs. B.
Allow me to propose a toast to Uncle Heinrich.
Uncle Heinrich.
Please keep it down. Well, champagne certainly has a strong nose.
Nose? I can feel it in my ears.
That'll be 7 and 6.
Charge it to Charles's tab, Mrs. B.
I'm not paying for this.
Oh, okay then. Let me pose a little thought experiment. Do you know the prisoner's dilemma? Well, I say prisoner. I mean, soon-to-be prisoner if he doesn't pay for these drinks.
Yes, all right, but may I remind you that if I deny it, it's your word against mine. You've got no proof.
Oh, I heard about these new rules on the wireless. Mind you, getting locked up isn't the worst thing. Depends who with and where they put the manacles.
What do you mean?
Oh, bless. Such innocence.
Didn't they lock up Oswald Mosley?
If I know that Mosley's probably loving it.
Oh, please, not you and Oz.
The leader of the British fascists?
Those fascists are all the same. Talk tough, but always like a nice cuddle afterwards.
Right, another shift over. Time to get on with the post.
Look, the mail sack, it's moving. It's got a knife and it's cutting its way out.
Hello, Minka.
Hello.
Am I right in thinking you posted yourself back from your sisters in Cardiff?
Yes, this way is very cheap.
Minka, when I said travel second class, I meant by train.
Oh, well, it's okay. Here I am in H33 is very good service. And look, a letter for Gordon.
A letter? For me? I'm not expecting anything. Hello, my brave soldier. You must be tired, lonely, and in need of cheering up.
Look at you. You got one of those letters from girls who write to the troops.
I'll bet you're a big, strapping lad, and in need of some attention. Perhaps if I was with you, we'd... Oh. Wow. Charles, could you come over and censor this letter?
Oh, goodness, that's pitching it a bit strong.
Minka, see? Oh, last time I do that with man, he die of heart problem.
Really?
Oh, no, I remember. He Nazi, so he die of Minka problem.
Oh, look, here's a letter for Charles.
Well, it's addressed to me. Give it here.
But it is 4 o'clock, so I'm on censoring duty.
I thought you didn't believe in censorship.
Shut up, Gordon. To Professor Charles Gardner from Obergruppe Captain Heinrich von Straffendon. Or Uncle Henry, as you call him. He says hi. Well, actually, he says Guten Tag, being German and all.
You can't read German.
I read German.
Oh, well, there's a stroke of luck. Minka, read the rest of the letter.
He inquires about your health. He has little tummy trouble, but also they make good progress in the siege of Leningrad, and soon the Bolshevik scum will be crushed.
Well, always good to catch up on news.
Oh, look, he leave return address. I sent him a thank you bomb.
Now, look, you've had your fun. Hand it over.
Oh, I think the fun's only just beginning.
I feel like we shouldn't be here.
We have every right to be in this canteen.
You want spuds?
Double helping, please.
That's extra.
It's all right. I've got spare coupons, courtesy of Uncle Heinrich.
Hey?
Don't worry, long story, with a very happy ending. It's a revenge story like the Count of Monte Cristo, but the guy ends up in prison. It's a comedy, really.
I can hardly carry this tray.
Come on, man, where's your stamina?
How long are you going to blackmail him?
Blackmail? That's such an ugly term for such a beautiful concept.
But it's so petty.
Petty? He started it.
Well, it's just, I've always looked up to you. You believe in things like liberty and a fair trial.
Gordon.
And here you are, threatening someone with internment just because they have a foreign relative.
Oh, shut up.
You know I'm right.
Yes, that's why I want you to shut up.
Archie, you know that what you're doing is hypocritical and wrong. You should take the letter, give it back to Charles, and say no more about it. And then we can draw this whole tawdry chapter to a close.
Whole tawdry chapter?
Yes?
Who talks like that?
I do.
No, you don't.
I could use the word tawdry if I wanted.
What does it mean?
Isn't it a type of owl?
That's Tawny. Did Charles tell you to say all this?
No. Well, a bit.
Hey, what's this? He's written it all down for you on cue cards. I don't believe this.
I felt sorry for him. He doesn't deserve to go to the Isle of Man. No one does.
Gordon, you shouldn't be so easily led.
I know. I'm sorry. What should I do about it?
Do everything I tell you.
Right.
Go and get Josh, and I'll see you back in the hut. I'm going to do the decent thing. Charles, it's time we had a little talk.
Yes, it is.
The fact is, I have a letter that I could use to blackmail you and, frankly, have a lot of fun.
Agreed.
But I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
I'm going to do the decent thing.
Oh, that's very good of you.
I'm just going to dob you in.
Dob me in? How's that the decent thing?
It's my duty as a citizen. And this way I have a clear conscience while you suffer. I think that's pretty decent.
Here they are.
Thank you, Gordon.
Josh, what if I were to inform you that there was someone in a certain hut who was a relative of someone in the German army?
Well, I should take the matter very seriously.
Let's say, hypothetically, this man is called Charles, because that's his name, who works in a certain hut, it could be any hut, between the numbers 32 and 34. And his uncle Heinrich is besieging Leningrad.
You mean to say there's another Charles? It's a bit confusing. Mind you, I was at school with another chap called Fanshawe Marshall. What are the odds?
Wasn't that your brother?
Yes. So, yes, he was Fanshawe Marshall 1, I was Fanshawe Marshall 2.
Listen, there's only one Charles, and there he is.
Oh, Charles 1, good to meet you. I'm Fanshawe Marshall 1. No, sorry, 2.
That's Charles. His uncle is as German as Black Forest Gatto. Here's a letter proving it.
Well, this is a turn-up for the books. Who'd have thought it? Charles 1, a Jerry.
Oh, indeed. German-speaking Charles, who's friends with the Goerings, the Rommels, and the von Ribbentrops.
Actually, I don't know the Goerings.
Well, in that case, I should place you under arrest.
Look out, he's got a gun!
Of course I've got a gun. I'm a third lieutenant. It's my duty to take this man into safe custody.
It's just the last time he had a gun. Oh, is that happened?
Sorry. I thought I had the safety catch on. Wait, I'll just put it on. Oh, sorry. There we are.
But you've arrested someone. Surely you don't want the safety catch on.
Oh, good point. Hang on. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Right. Charles 1, I'm placing you in safe custody.
Well, thank goodness for safe custody.
Come this way, please. You know, you look a lot like another chap who works in the hut. He's called Charles as well. It's extraordinary. Sorry.
Pint of bitter, Mrs. B. In fact, 2 pints.
That cost you one of your 30 pieces of silver.
Yeah, all right. I feel bad enough about Charles.
Archie, Charles is Nazi. You shoot him, you should not feel
I
bad.
haven't shot him.
You not shoot him? Then you should feel bad. He Nazi. Bang, bang, smiley face.
Well, he's currently upstairs under house arrest. Josh is guarding him.
Stop fiddling with that gun, you could hurt someone.
It sounds like Josh is man after my own heart. In my country, we shoot first.
And ask questions later.
No, we no ask questions.
All right.
When the people ask questions, we shoot them.
Okay.
When people ask questions about who we shoot for asking questions, we
Yeah,
shoot...
I think I get the idea. To be honest, I'm not sure this is making me feel any better.
No matter. I have planned to make sure he meet his maker. He's very clever. He will never suspect.
Minka, my pub, my rules, no work boots and no murder.
Spoily sport.
Charles 1,
Yes?
visitor for you.
It's Gordon.
Says his name is Gordon.
Yes, I can hear. Gordon, nice to see you. Come in.
Here are some sandwiches from Mrs. B.
Oh, thank you, Gordon.
And this is from Minka. She says it's a cake.
Oh, it looks to me like a grenade with some icing sugar on it.
And she wrote a note that says, Charles, as with all cakes, remove pin and wait for a few seconds for a nice surprise.
It's not the subtlest of plans.
So, what's going to happen to you?
A sham tribunal behind closed doors, I should have thought. Then off to the Isle of Man till the war is over. Unless I can produce some stunning witnesses.
You've got friends in high places.
Yeah, but quite a lot of them are in the Third Reich, sadly.
Maybe Archie could testify. He's starting to feel a bit guilty.
He'll get over it. He couldn't be relied upon to stand up and defend me with my background. Unless desperate times call for desperate measures, Gordon. Could you send in Mrs. B?
Goodness, you are desperate.
No, not for that, Gordon. Please, no, don't tell her I'm desperate, or that'll get her hopes up. Once she gets going, she's like a panzer division.
Unstoppable.
No, in constant need of servicing.
Right, I'll go and get her.
Here's the last of the letters.
Finally.
Oh, look. Another letter for you, Gordon. And they say Santa never writes back.
Yes, he does. I mean, well... It's that woman. She must have got my letter.
You wrote back?
Oh, no. She wants to meet. In the pub, tonight. She said she saw the Bletchley postmark and she wants to see me so I can fire off her howitzers. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, looks like you're bitten off more than you can chew there.
I can't meet her. She'll be so disappointed. I said I'm Gargantuan Gordon.
Gargantuan Gordon?
I read the word in a comic book. Doesn't it just mean I'm big?
In a sense. Put it this way, she's going to have very high hopes.
Hang on, she doesn't know what I look like, so someone else could go in my place.
Well, one doesn't like to push oneself forward to satisfy the craven lusts of a woman, but...
Oh, thanks, Archie. You're a pal.
What's her name?
Mabel. Able Mabel, she calls herself.
Afternoon, Hut 33.
Hi, Josh.
Josh, if you're here, who's guarding Charles?
He's been moved to a prison cell for his own safety.
Oh, did you find more bullets, then?
It was more the attempts on his life from Minka.
Ha! You English collaborators shielding Nazi owl.
Owl?
I hate owls. They think they're so clever and wise. Tweet woo, I know everything. You know, Owl and Pussycat? Owl made no provision for long sea voyage.
Well, I can understand your frustration.
So, are we busy with that last lot of letters?
Just making a start.
Extraordinary number of them, aren't there?
Well, 3 deliveries a day, that's a lot of letters.
Amazing to think you can write a letter in the morning, send it across town and receive a response by tea time.
Just think what it'll be like in the future. In the year 2010, there'll be 10 deliveries a day, and it'll practically be free.
Right, chaps, any sign of Charles?
No. Charles is in a prison cell.
Oh, no, the other Charles, the one who's normally here.
That is Charles. It's the same Charles. One Charles. I could draw you a diagram, but it would just be a sign with the word Charles on it.
Right-ho, well, I'd better check on the man.
Ooh, I have letter for Charles.
Pass it through the censors.
Oh, why?
You could be passing secret messages. Give it here. Dear German fascist owl, footnote 1, owls are bad. You must die. Kindly please run hard at wall with your head and fall unconscious face down into puddle of water. I'll see that he gets this.
Charles I's tribunal is this evening. They've commandeered an upper room in the pub. All of Hut 33 are to attend. Can you let the other Charles know? Pip, pip.
Right, here we go. One last time.
Here's one for Charles.
I better check it. Might discover his dad's the Pope. That's from his mother.
I thought she was dead.
Well, if she is, she's got very good handwriting. Dear Charles, I was sorry to hear about your situation, but you must tell them the truth. Uncle Heinrich is not your real uncle. This story you've constructed around yourself is not the real you. Never forget your roots. You're the illegitimate son of an Oxford washerwoman.
I can't believe it.
Me neither. Well, this letter proves his innocence.
Well, you know what you have to do?
Aye. Burn it.
No, Archie, this changes everything. This means he's working class, like you. Archie, you haven't touched your beer.
Well, I cannot believe it. Charles, the illegitimate son of an Oxford college washerwoman. Man always said he was a bastard, but turns out I was right.
But this is your chance to redeem yourself. You felt bad about dubbing him in. Now you can get him off. The tribunal's in a few minutes, so why don't we...
Look, don't rush us. I need a minute to be alone. I'll see you later.
Archie, you left the letter. And what about Mabel? She'll be in here in a minute.
You ever seen a 6'7" Royal Marine knocking around, have you?
No.
Goes by the name Gargantuan Gordon.
Oh, you're Able Mabel.
Oh, please, don't tell me you're Gargantuan Gordon.
The letter was from you?
Yeah, write to lots of men in the services, and they're normally grateful for my services.
Well, this is awkward.
Doesn't have to be.
Mrs. B, I'm not even 18. It's against the law.
Fine.
I was hoping to get Archie to stand in for me.
No, that will be all right. I haven't had a Geordie since yesterday, in fact. Never mind, another can't hurt.
Hello, Gordon. Have you seen anyone here called Mabel?
Oi, you're not due for another half an hour.
Oh, no, you've got one of those letters too?
Ah, hello, Mrs. Best. You know of this Mabel?
Mabel's more of an alter ego.
I'm not with you.
Mrs. B, I really wouldn't go down this road. Josh thinks there are two Charleses.
One of them's upstairs, starting his tribunal.
We need to get up there with this letter from his real mother.
His real mother?
It arrived today. His real mother is a washerwoman. Archie's going to speak up for Charles and... Wait a minute. It's got the same handwriting as this one from you, Mrs. B.
I have no idea what you're talking about, I'm sure.
Mrs. B, you forged the letter for Charles?
Well, he can be very persuasive, and I am by nature easily persuaded.
I don't believe this. Josh, do you know what this means?
Absolutely. There's a third Charles around here.
Well, we're mostly here, so we might as well start. This is the tribunal of Professor Charles Gardner. It's alleged, it has been confirmed in a letter, that Gardner has an uncle who is a German army captain and is currently besieging Leningrad. How do you answer?
I do not recognize the authority of this court. By what law am I to be tried?
Regulation 17B of the Security Act 1941.
Well then, I ask you, is it a crime to be German?
Yes. Well, that was easy. I hereby declare that Gardner is sent to the Isle of Man.
Wait!
Excuse me?
This is England. Doesn't this man have a right to a fair trial before his peers?
No, there's a war on.
Well then, Your Honour, if that title has any meaning, I would suggest that we think about why we're fighting this war. Why we're taking on the fascists. Minka, start the gramophone, please.
Okay.
From Warsaw to Wales, from Norway to North Africa, we are all locked into a war over liberty itself. And if we happy few, renege on the presumption of innocence and a trial by peers, we do ourselves a grave wrong. Besides, this professor may appear on the surface to be the nephew of a German. He may also appear to be a complete know-it-all and a pompous arse, but he isn't. Well, at least he isn't the nephew of a German. He's the bastard son of a washerwoman. He's still an arse, but what of it? This is England. Magna Carta gave this man the right to be an arse without limit or hindrance, and I will defend that right to the death. Well, maybe not the death. I'd scrap for a bit, sustain a flesh wound that would heal in a couple of days.
Sorry.
Hey, you've already started.
Archie, there's something you need to know.
It's okay, Gordon. I'm doing what I should have been doing all along. Defending freedom and justice.
And he's been doing a very good job. We all thought his uncle was a crut. Turns out he's a gutter snipe from the wrong side of the charwell. Innocent mistake. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with a woman called Mabel.
Cooey.
Case dismissed.
Aye, that's a victory for freedom.
Well done, Archie. You made a compelling case. And there were times that you were actually grammatically correct.
Archie, the letter.
Oh, I shouldn't worry about that.
It was fake.
Yeah, shut up, Gordon.
Written by Mrs. B. That you'd find in the postbag, so you'd think Charles is working class and defend him, when all along, he is a toff.
You what? You mean you've been playing me like a Stradivarius violin?
More like a tin whistle, but it's broadly the same.
I can't believe this.
You must be the third Charles. I'm Josh. No, sorry, Charles 4.
Pleased to meet you. Why don't we discuss all this in Hut 33?
Hut 33 starred Olivia Colman, Lil Ruffley, Alex McQueen, Fergus Craig, Robert Bathurst and Tom Goodman-Hill. It was written by James Carey. The producer was Adam Bromley.
Hut 33 by James Carey.
pay attention, H33. Oh, hang on. Where's Charles?
Still on leave. I think he's at his club in Mayfair.
Yeah. Gentlemen's clubs, bastions of privilege for inbred, chinless, web-toed imbeciles.
I have a club.
I rest my case.
Gentlemen's clubs made Britain great, Archie. I'm a proud member of the Byzantium. It's very exclusive and hard to get in.
Where is it?
I'm not sure. Never managed to find it. Like I say, it's hard to get in.
Archie, do you have a club?
Let me see now. Yes, I do have a club. More of a broken-off table leg than a club, but does the job.
Wordplay, very amusing.
I don't think he's joking.
Well, the Colonel is very disappointed in H33. Apparently, we failed to spot a message about an air raid from some bombers in Norway.
Oh, come on, Josh, we did our best.
Was anyone hurt?
No, but they hit an airfield and a dozen Spitfires were destroyed on the ground, and that's, just not on.
Oh, this code breaking's really hard. We cannot just crack anything on demand.
No, I meant it's not on from the Germans. They didn't even have the common decency to wait for the Spitfires to get into the air before attacking. It's just not playing the game.
I'm not sure this is a game.
Do you know, in the Battle of France, whenever the Germans attacked, they didn't wait for us to have our go, but they just kept on going. It really spoilt it for everyone.
We're really sorry about the Spitfire.
As a gesture, the Colonel has suggested that H33 do some fundraising for the local town's Spitfire Fund.
How much more do they need?
£100, and they've made their target.
And then we get a Spitfire?
Yeah, Gordon, and we can all take it in turns to fly it.
Oh, really?
No. It's presented to the RAF, the ones with the trained pilots.
I believe it's standard practice for them to name the Spitfire after the fundraising town, so we could have a Spitfire called the Bletchley Codebreaker.
I don't think HQ will go for that. It might be a bit of a giveaway if it's shot down over occupied France.
Oh. What, so the Germans don't know we're breaking their codes?
No. Or they'd make them harder.
Now it sounds like we're being the cheaty sneaks.
Josh, sometimes you have to be a cheaty sneak in war.
That's not what Pater says. If you're going to attack the enemy, scream and shout as you do so.
That reminds me. How did his raid on Dieppe go?
Very badly. It was as if they knew we were coming.
Really?
Well, still, he finally won the George III Cross.
Don't you mean the George Cross?
No, the George III Cross. Here it is. I'm looking after it while he's abroad.
So, what do they award them for?
The George III Cross is awarded for an act of bravery that is utter madness. Save your platoon by eating a live grenade, that sort of thing. Pater is the first person to have it awarded non-posthumously.
You must be very proud of his insanity.
Rather. So, ideas for the Spitfire Fund tonight in the pub.
All right.
I should let you get back to work. Looks like you've got a lot to do.
Absolutely. Okay, Gordon. What have you got for me?
It's so hard to know. There are so many possibilities, but I'll go for B9.
Hit? That's me battleship.
Yes!
So you've got to raise £100 for the Spitfire Fund.
Any ideas?
I was thinking of getting out my Cubs uniform and doing a Bob a Job week.
Here's an idea. Bob a job. In fact, I could do that.
As a Girl Guide?
Well, I was thinking of a nurse's uniform. Whatever they like, really.
I don't understand.
I know. Probably for the best. Suffice to say, they don't give out badges for it.
Evening, everyone.
Nice time at your club, Charles.
Oh, dreadful. The Abolition Club has really gone to the dogs.
The Abolition Club? Well, its founding members wanted the abolition of slavery.
No, they wanted to abolish the abolition of slavery. When numbers of the club dwindled, they merged with the Emancipation Club.
Let me guess, a club that was against the emancipation of slaves.
Yes, and women. Until a few years ago, it was an actual crime to be a woman on club property.
A crime?
The club owned the surrounding streets too, so you could get a view of the Thames without seeing a single woman. But they had to sell some properties, and now they let anyone in.
Oh, you mean they're letting in people who didn't go to public school?
Well, obviously it hasn't got that bad. So they are letting in people who went to very minor public schools, the sort of schools that don't have their own variation of fives.
Absolutely. I mean, why measure the quality of the school on academic performance? Now, Charles, to cut a long story short, we need ideas for raising money for the town's Spitfire Fund.
Ah, excellent. You do that. I need to find a new club.
Of course. I mean, Defence of the Realm is all very well, but London clubs are really important.
I was served whiskey on a doily. There's no point defending the realm if we've gone to rack and ruin.
I don't even know where to begin on that.
I've heard the Byzantium Club is exclusive, if nothing else.
Josh is a member. Maybe he could get you in.
Oh, I'll have a word. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to a piano recital. Jackson in Hut 10 is playing a new piano sonata by Prokofiev.
I've had him.
Jackson or Prokofiev?
Prokofiev first. Come to think of it, Jackson owes me 2 bob.
How on earth did you meet Prokofiev?
He was in London in the early 30s. We used to play Peter and the Wolf.
Which one were you? Actually, don't answer that.
He was quite a conductor. Handy with a baton, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Mrs. B, much as I'd love to continue this, I should go.
Aye, you go off for some exclusive entertainment.
Actually, it's free. I don't know why. I'm sure people would pay.
Do you think Jackson would do a charity performance for the Spitfire Fund?
You're not going to raise 100 quid with a bit of tinkling on the ivories. That sort of money, you're looking at a bit of a knee-zapper, raffle, and a promise of at least partial nudity.
Nudity? That's not allowed.
Exactly. None of that, Mrs. B.
I'm not saying you bill it as such, but if someone's dress happens to fall off...
No.
I have an act.
Minga! Didn't see you there.
When Nazi come to your village, you learn to move quiet as a house.
I think you mean a mouse.
I mean house. Full of dead Nazis.
Oh, I see. Well, that was work as a simile. Carry on.
I have novelty act. I shoot apple off head of assistant.
Oh, like William Tell with a bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow? You think I'm Moldovan? I use pistol.
And what's the trick?
Trick?
Well, you don't actually fire a live round at somebody's head.
Then how do you hit the apple? Are you stupid?
All right, so you use a real bullet. That'll be good. Sounds like the show's coming together. Yeah.
I could do a Shakespearean soliloquy.
Could you do that while Minka shoots at you?
With the apple on my head?
No.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll ask Jackson if he could play the piano for us.
So, chaps, how's the Spitfire show coming together?
We've got some music, bit of dancing, stunt, few gags. That's a pretty decent lineup.
Didn't Mrs. B mention a raffle?
Yeah, we need something that people would actually want to win. Like a decent bottle of scotch.
Oh, you need a bottle of scotch. Oh, I'm afraid I only have a whiskey.
Nobody say anything. Thanks, Josh. Whiskey'd be grand.
And it's single malt. That's bad, isn't it? Isn't it better if it's double or triple? And it's over 30 years old, so it's probably no good.
We'll just have to make do.
I was sent it when I joined the Byzantium.
Ah, yes. You know, Josh, I'm looking for a new club.
Well, if you need someone to propose you, Charles...
Oh, thank you, Josh. I'll need a seconder.
I could ask Lovelace Wentworth. In fact, you can ask him yourself. He'll be stopping by tomorrow night.
What, Byron Lovelace Wentworth?
Why don't you people know anyone with 2 normal names? Like Steve Smith or Pete Jones.
Byron was my head prefect at Bradley.
We were at Sandhurst together. Loved a game of cards. In fact, I play correspondence poker with him. He deals, then sends me the cards, we bet, and then he tells me who's won and how much I owe.
But surely...
Gordon, don't bother.
The show starts in an hour. Shouldn't we be getting over there?
You nervous?
Minka's going to shoot an apple off my head. Yes, I'm nervous.
It's okay, Gordon. I never miss. Not now I use pistol.
What did you used to use?
Machine gun. I would hit apple eventually. But assistants did not like it. Oh, so many bullets, they might hurt me.
Now I'm very scared.
You'll be fine.
Now, where is my blindfold?
Blindfold?
Excuse me?
Come on, we better go. Charles?
Actually, I was just waiting for someone.
So, where is Byron then?
He might be here already. I haven't seen him since school. I'm sure I wouldn't even know when he walks in.
Byron Lovelace Wentworth at your service.
Do you think he'll recognise you, Charles?
Wouldn't have thought so.
Hey, is that Bashful?
Bashful?
That's what we used to call him at school. He never wanted to milk the cows I kept on the lawn.
Maybe Byron could do some of his great-grandfather's poetry in the show.
Gordon, Byron doesn't want to be bothered by our trivial concerns.
Oh, is there a show? I can do some of my limericks.
There's really no need to.
They're classical.
Oh, really? I'm all ears.
A couple called Castor and Pollux went out sailing without any rollocks.
Aye, I think we can see the end of that one. You all right, Gordon?
I'm just thinking about that limerick. Weren't Castor and Pollux brother and sister?
Well, they do say try everything once except Morris dancing.
No, I think the line is try everything once except incest and Morris dancing.
Yeah, well, a bit late for that. Bit of a family tradition, in fact.
What a delightful thought. Well, we should probably get over there.
You and Gordon go on. Here's a bottle for the raffle. I'll be along later.
Fine.
See you later.
Hello. Was that bottle of scotch from the Byzantium? I didn't know you were a member.
I'm not. No, at least not yet. Well, I was wondering if you'd propose me for your club. Josh Fanshawe Marshall has already agreed to second.
HSM.
What, Josh Fanshawe Marshall HSM?
Nickname from Sandhurst. HSM. Human slot machine. Put in a shilling and get 5 back.
Yeah, sounds familiar. So, if you could see your way clear
Not a problem, Bash. Find me a game of poker tonight, deal me in, and your membership's safer than the PM and his underground bunker.
Well, there'll be a game starting in my room after the show.
Come on, Charles, it's showtime. Oops, nearly forgot me tassels.
Okay, Minka and Gordon, you're on next.
We can't. We don't have an apple.
What?
You can't get apples at the moment. They're out of season, and the American ones get sunk in the Atlantic.
It doesn't have to be an apple, it could be a banana.
A banana? Britain hasn't had bananas since June 1940.
How has this become a history lesson about fruit? It could be anything.
Minka's just finding something. In fact, here she is.
Minka ready.
Where's the fruit?
Here.
Where?
Here.
That's a grape.
Problem?
Well, yes, it's a grape. You'll never hit that. In fact, it's about the size of the bullet.
Minka never miss.
I'm not going on.
There's a packed house out there. What are we supposed to do now?
Is there a gap in the programme? Leave it to me.
Mrs. B, tell me you're just going to sing a song.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ooh, look at this nail sticking out of the stage. A lady could catch her dress on that, and the whole thing could come off. Hit it, Jackson.
Oh, please, no.
I say, this is most important. Sit down, I can't see.
Oh, no, the police!
Charles, where were you?
I'm sorry, I was just chatting to Byron and time ran away with us.
Well, no thanks to you, we raised £105. 100 after I'd had a word with the police.
So Mrs. B did her act then?
And now she's making sure the constable's inquiries reach a satisfactory conclusion.
Isn't it great we can now afford a brand new Spitfire?
Yeah, wonderful. Now, listen, I need you chaps for a poker game. Byron wants to play.
My mummy has very strong views on gambling.
So she's out. What about you?
Oh, I didn't know I could have my own opinion.
No, you can't. Let me give it to you. Gambling is fine, cards are fun. You're playing.
Righto, I'll go and get my pocket money.
For the last time, Gordon, it's not pocket money, they're called wages.
Archie, are you in?
Oh, yeah. I'd love to put my own hard-earned money at risk against a card shark.
I'll give you 10 bob.
You're on.
So, gentlemen, shall we start the bidding?
I fold.
Can I just check? A race is high.
Yes.
Brilliant.
And you remember the expression poker faced?
Yes, I do now. Right, I'll fold then.
Good idea.
I'm in, 5 bob.
I'll see your 5 and I'll raise you 5.
I'll see the 10, then I'll raise another 10.
Wow, that's a whole pound at stake.
I'll see it and raise you another £1.
I'll raise you £5.
I'll see your 5 and raise you... what have I got? I'll raise you 3 shillings and 4pence. Gordon, could I borrow a £5?
£5? I don't have that kind of money.
Well, what have you got then?
But I've only got 5 shillings.
You had a 10-bob note in the canteen earlier. What happened to that?
I had lunch, bought a book on Euclidean algorithms, and a copy of Bunty. I'm sorry.
Goodness. Archie?
Forget it.
Look, I just lent you 10-bob.
No, you gave us 10 bob and you're not having it back.
Oh, dear, Bash. I thought you'd be able to raise a bit more collateral than this.
No, I can. Can I offer you Gordon?
What? I'm not a piece of property.
It's not really my type.
Well, you've changed since school.
Bash, I thought this would be a proper game of cards. If you want to fit into the Byzantium...
I do fit. Yeah, I do. Gordon, pass me that tin.
Charles, that's the Spitfire Fund.
And some of us have worked really hard for that.
No, I'll pay it back.
No, you won't. Gordon, don't give him the money.
Charles, if you lose it, you might be court-martialed and shot.
Gordon, give him the money.
I say, this is all very juicy.
Okay, here it is.
£100, all in.
I'll see your £100.
Oh.
Now, let's see these pretty little cards, shall we, Bash? Full house.
Ah.
What do you mean? Ah.
I only had 2 pairs.
You went all in on 2 pairs? Are you joking?
You're reckless and wild. That's why I like you, Charles.
He called me Charles.
Byzantium could use chaps like you.
Another hand?
You don't have any more money.
Could you lend me 10 bob?
No.
It's okay. I've got to catch the last train back to London. It's been fun. Welcome to the club, Charles. Cheerio!
So, Charles, what's the plan?
When we go into H33, we're going to be asked for the money from last night's concert. And obviously, we don't have anything.
You're using the word we a lot. In reality, you are in a lot of we.
Well, you were there.
That's right. I'll be a witness for the prosecution.
Strikes me you lot need to stick together to get out of this one.
But how are the 3 of us going to raise £100 in a few days?
You gambled away £100. Maybe you'll win it back next time.
But nobody at Bletchley has that kind of money.
And if they did, no one would be stupid enough to gamble away £100. Oh, hang on, that's what Charles did.
Well, you do know one bloke with £100. Your £100.
Challenge Byron to a rematch. Yeah, I could do that at the Byzantium.
But how can we be sure we don't lose even more money?
I shall just have to get very good at cards in the next few days.
Of course. We'll turn you into the best card shark in the world overnight.
I don't have to be the best, just better than Byron. If you can teach me about the maths...
Teach you maths?
Yes. In exchange, I could teach you a foreign language of your choice. And perhaps even English.
Do you want us to help you?
No, sorry, I just couldn't resist.
Gordon, can you clear away those crib sheets and the slide rule? We'll need the whole table.
I'm all ears, ready to learn. Just keep it simple.
Okay, let's define the odds of any one hand as the ratio 1 over p minus 1 to 1, where p is the probability.
Yeah, a bit more simple.
This is a king. It's a high card.
Look, will you take this seriously, please?
Well, what the hell are we meant to do?
How about we just run through the likelihoods of different hands being dealt to you?
Fine.
There are about 2.6 million combinations of 5 cards. 50% of those aren't even a pair.
Morning, H33. Hard at work, are we?
Absolutely.
Only it looks like you're playing cards.
It would do, but right now we're pretty sure the German's Enigma operator is also playing cards.
Clever. Now, the Colonel's very excited about the prospect of handing the money over to the town's Spitfire Fund.
Yes, well, it was a lot of money, and Gordon was rather worried about it, so I put it in the bank for safekeeping.
I mean, it's not as if they'll gamble it away.
Yeah, imagine a bank gambling millions of pounds away on a load of speculative bets.
I can get you the money back, obviously, you know. It's one of those instant accounts, so you can have it back in 3 to 4 working days.
That soon? Oh, excellent. Well, I look forward to receiving the money very soon. Carry on, H33.
Right, where were we?
We've done the initial probabilities.
We should probably explain binomial coefficients.
No more. No, I've had a much better idea that bypasses the mathematics completely. It's called cheating.
Much better idea.
You cheat?
Guys, hello, Minka.
Who needs to cheat? Poker is easy.
Yeah, I'm not sure poker's what you think. It doesn't involve hitting people with a poker.
I know. I always play poker with Nazi before I kill him.
Couldn't you just kill him and then take his money?
How dare you? I am a killer, not a thief.
No, it's very important to have standards.
Now we play poker.
So, Minka's good at poker, is she?
Yeah, she's quite the talent. With Archie and Gordon for mathematical backup, the money is as good as ours.
One problem. How are me, Gordon and Minka going to get into your private club?
We'll need a decent disguise for Minka, obviously. And as a member, I could sign her in. Byron could sign you in, Gordon, and we just need one more member to sign in you, Archie.
Evening, chaps.
Charles, no.
You fancy a game of cards at the Byzantium, Josh?
Oh, rather. I do love a game of cards. Is that the one with the bus and the dog and the houses?
That's Monopoly.
This is such a bad idea.
Nonsense. No, we have some players. We just need some cash to put on the table. Mrs. B?
Charles, is it possible that you want something from me?
Oh, just a small loan. Repayment is a certainty.
Well, I could probably forward you in advance, but you might need to make an advance of your own. To me.
Good night, everyone. I may be some time. Where's Minka?
She's getting a disguise from the costume shop. I told her to make sure she goes for something with a moustache.
Right. Well, Josh and I'll go in and prepare the ground.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Professor Charles Gardner.
Delighted to meet you, sir. Welcome to the Byzantium.
Lieutenant Joshua Fanshawe, Marshal.
Oh, good evening, Third Lieutenant. You finally found our premises on Park Lane.
Indeed, and someone should do something about the Monopoly board. It's hopeless for getting around London.
I shall alert the manufacturers.
And here are the guests we'd like to sign in. That's Archie, Gordon, and Charlie Chaplin.
She wanted a costume with a moustache. She didn't know. It could have been worse. She could have come as Hitler.
Hello, old chap. As you can see, I am a man.
I'm afraid we don't permit fancy dress in this club. Or women, since she obviously is one.
Oh, fine. Well, what about the other two?
Not a problem, sir. May I take your coat, sir?
Oh, thank you.
Excuse me, but you appear to be wearing shorts.
Mum says I can't wear trousers till I'm 18, so...
Oh, dear. I cannot allow minors into the club.
Oh, no.
Hey, what's wrong with minors? My dad was a minor.
Archie, don't be so paranoid. He's referring to the other sort of minor.
Actually, we don't allow either sort of minor.
Are you joking me?
Sir has such a refreshing Geordie tone, but I'm afraid we won't be allowing him in.
Well, I wouldn't come in here, even if you paid me.
Archie, be nice. I can't go in there on my own.
You're not on your own. You've got Josh.
The game is this way, sir?
Are we playing Monopoly? Oh, good.
Josh, I need to explain a few things.
So, gentlemen, we all ready for bidding?
Absolutely.
Your cards should all be facing you, Josh.
Oh, sorry.
Josh, you haven't changed any of your cards.
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Sounds like HSM's got something.
I'll start with 5 bob.
I'll see your 5 and raise you 10.
Josh, you'll need to see 15.
I see it. Just there. In fact, it looks more like 20.
No, not see it like that. And it's 20 because I've put down 5 bob. Byron matched the 5 and put in 10. That makes 20. You see?
No.
Come on, HSM, just bid.
Very well. £2.
£2?
Well, that's not much, is it? There's just enough to stay in the Old Kent Road.
That's Monopoly, Josh. This is poker, as I explained earlier.
Too late. He said £2. In this club, a man's word is his bond. £5.
£10.
£30.
£50.
£60.
£100.
Josh, again, I feel I should stress, this is for real money, as I explained earlier.
Do you have that kind of money?
Well, I'm not sure. Let's have a look in the old pockets. Got some coins. 10-bob note. Oh, and this George III cross.
The one belonging to General Crusher. That's worth at least 200.
£200?
Josh, that's a lot of money.
But you get that every time you pass go.
This is not Monopoly.
Oh, well, I'm still bidding £200.
£200. I can't match 200.
Oh, interesting.
I've only got the 100 from the other night.
Well, that's already on the table, so you have to fold. What a shame.
Oh, dear. Well, it was fun while it lasted.
No, not you, Josh. Byron folds. Josh, you win. £100, to be precise.
Okay, hand over the money, or I give you really bad paper cuts with this card.
It doesn't sound like much, but seriously, just do what she says.
What's going on?
No, Minka, no, Josh won £100, fair and square.
Yeah, the man's a gambling maniac.
I thought the Byzantium liked the reckless sort.
Shut up, Bash. Let's at least see the hand. 1 king. Is that all you had?
No, he was obviously bluffing.
What's bluffing?
What's bluffing?
A king's good, isn't it? That wins.
I never want to see you in this club again. Here's your £100.
Splendid. I'm going to use it to buy Pentonville Road. It gives me great pleasure to present this Spitfire to the RAF.
So we definitely don't get to fly in it?
No, Gordon. It gets given to one of their brave pilots.
I wonder who will be flying this one.
Tally-ho, chaps.
Brother Neville.
Oh, no.
Hello, Josh. Is this my new Spitfire?
All yours. Here are the keys.
Hang on. You put it the wrong way round.
It's just facing the other way, Neville.
Right you are. Thought I was going to have to fly it backwards. Still, thanks to all you chaps in Hut 33, I'll try not to crash this one into the fuel depot.
Don't try too hard.
Okay, everyone, back to Hut 33.
Hut 33 starred Robert Bathurst, Tom Goodman-Hill, Olivia Colman, Fergus Craig, Lil Ruffley, Alex McQueen, Philip Fox and Alex Lowe. It was written by James Carey and the producer was Adam Bromley. Hut 33 by James Carey.
Now, pay attention, Hut 33. Oh, hang on. Where's Charles?
Still on leave. I think he's at his club in Mayfair.
Yeah. Gentlemen's clubs, bastions of privilege for inbred, chinless, web-toed imbeciles.
I have a club.
I rest my case.
Gentlemen's clubs made Britain great, Archie. I'm a proud member of the Byzantium. It's very exclusive and hard to get in.
Where is it?
I'm not sure. Never managed to find it. Like I say, it's hard to get in.
Archie, do you have a club?
Let me see now. Yes, I do have a club. More of a broken-off table leg than a club, but does the job.
Wordplay, very amusing.
I don't think he's joking.
Well, the Colonel is very disappointed in Hut 33. Apparently, we failed to spot a message about an air raid from some bombers in Norway.
Oh, come on, Josh, we did our best.
Was anyone hurt?
No, but they hit an airfield and a dozen Spitfires were destroyed on the ground, and that's, just not on.
Oh, this code breaking's really hard. We cannot just crack anything on demand.
No, I meant it's not on from the Germans. They didn't even have the common decency to wait for the Spitfires to get into the air before attacking. It's just not playing the game.
I'm not sure this is a game.
Do you know, in the Battle of France, whenever the Germans attacked, they didn't wait for us to have our go, but they just kept on going. It really spoilt it for everyone.
We're really sorry about the Spitfire.
As a gesture, the Colonel has suggested that Hut 33 do some fundraising for the local town's Spitfire Fund.
How much more do they need?
Hut 33 by James Carey.
Gordon, are you going to play or not?
No, we should be working.
We've finished all our work for the day.
Oh, come on, Gordon, it's a new game. Pin the pin in the grenade.
Sorry, how does that work?
It's simple. You take a grenade, pull out the pin.
Isn't that dangerous?
Well, obviously it's not a real grenade, is it, Minga? It's deactivated, isn't it, Minga?
No.
You mean no, it's not real, or no, it's not been deactivated?
Yes.
Oh, for goodness sake, put the pin back in!
Very good, Minka. You really had Archie going there.
It's real. Live grenade with long fuse.
How long?
I not know. All I know is this is my lucky grenade.
Minka, how can a grenade be lucky?
Many times I take out pin and it has not once gone bang.
Yeah, well, I can't fault the logic.
It's not a lucky grenade. Anyway, there's no such thing as luck.
No such thing as luck. Archie, how can you say that? Look at how fast we've been cracking the code since Mummy sent me my lucky mascot.
You mean this stuffed toy rabbit, which, incidentally, is missing an ear?
Mr. Pickles?
So you think we've unravelled the German Enigma code not through advanced mathematics and technology, but because of Mr. Pickles?
He's really good luck. I've passed every exam I've ever taken when I've had Mr. Pickles. Like my Cambridge entrance.
You got into Cambridge age 15 because you have an IQ of 196.
Gordon, have you taken any exams without Mr. Pickles?
My 10 metres breaststroke, and I failed that.
Oh, I didn't know you could swim.
I can't.
Well, there you go. The mascot didn't give you special powers, and we cracked these codes because we worked damn hard and we're very clever.
That and Mr. Pickles.
Right, that's it. I'm going to the canteen to find some rational people.
Morning, H33.
Spoke too soon. Hello, Josh.
Good news. The Colonel is very pleased. Thanks to one of your decrypts, Operation Muscatoon was a great success. It says here they managed to destroy a large plant in Norway. Oh.
What?
Seems a long way for Bomber Command to fly just to drop a bomb on an oversized hedge.
No, Josh.
I wonder what sort of evil horticulture the Nazis are up to.
Josh, the word plant has a number of meanings. One is the hedge variety, the other is a place of manufacturing. In this case, I believe an aluminium plant.
The Nazis are growing plants made of aluminium?
No.
So is aluminium a berry or a fruit?
It's a berry.
Well, anyway. We've blown it up now, so well done, H33.
Well done, us.
Here's the new batch of messages to look at. From Truk, apparently. You know where Truk is, do you?
Sounds like a fishing village up the coast from Trondheim.
Well, Mr. Pickles can make a start on them. I'm getting some air.
Wait! It's bad luck to leave room by the same door you enter.
All right. So that explains why you often leave by the window.
Yes, bye-bye.
I think I'll take my chances with the door.
All right, Archie.
Mrs. B, you don't believe in lucky mascots and all that, do you?
Nah. Astrology, yeah, and tarot cards, palmistry and phrenology. You know, the one where you tell a man's future by feeling the bumps on his trousers.
Are you not meant to be feeling the bumps on the head?
Well, I've had no complaints so far.
Yeah, but it's hardly scientific, is it?
You would say that. Typical Pisces.
I was born in November.
Scorpio. I knew it.
The end of November.
You like to keep people guessing. Classic Sagittarius.
You see, it's all guesswork.
Oi! Horoscopes go back further than the Bible, I'll have you know.
So does the clap. That doesn't mean anything.
Archie, judge not, lest ye be judged.
Is that what Jesus said?
Absolutely.
Well, Jesus was a Capricorn.
She said yes.
Who did?
Sally Prendergast. I was feeling lucky, so I asked her to the pictures, and she said yes.
You see, that's not luck. That's just confidence.
And the gin I slipped in your orange juice.
And the fact that Sally Prendergast is, well, what shall we say, a ride on the Dodgems?
What do you mean?
If you wait long enough, you'll get your turn.
I don't understand.
I know. It's very sweet. Probably why she said yes.
She said yes because of Mr. Pickles.
Never heard it called that before.
It's his lucky mascot.
It's been amazing. We've done so much better since having him around.
Right, for the last time, it's people like me working hard round the clock that make a difference, not your stupid toy.
Hey, give it back.
Gordon, I'm about to teach you a valuable life lesson here for which you will thank me. Give us your brandy, Charles.
What on earth for?
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow.
Don't put him in the brandy.
Or the day after that.
No, he's soaking.
Not even soon. In fact, you'll hate me for quite a long time.
What's the lighter for?
But, eventually, for the rest of your life.
Mr. Pickles! Ow, hot, you bully!
Archie, what are you going to do a thing like that for? He's beside himself.
No, for once I agree with Archie. Oh, come on, Gordon, back up.
Archie's just burnt the stuffed rabbit I've had my whole life.
Gordon, losing your childhood mascot is a rite of passage. At Bradlow, one of the lower fourth was made to eat his own teddy bear with a knife and fork.
You poor love. Now you're feeling alone and uncertain about the future. I can help you there with my own version of phrenology.
Oh, that sounds good.
Excuse us.
Gordon, can you pass me that crib sheet there? Gordon?
Josh, could you tell Charles that he can come over and get his own crib sheet?
But he's only sitting over there.
Gordon, you're being very childish.
No, I'm not. I mean, Josh, tell Charles that I'm not being childish.
But he can hear you.
Gordon, there's a war on. You're nearly 18. It's time to toughen up.
But you can't replace Mr. Pickles. Josh, tell Charles I said that. Sorry, I'm not very good at this.
Look, what's going on here?
I've been sent to Coventry.
Oh, reposting, is it? Well, be careful. They've got a lot of air raids.
No, Josh, I've been sent to Coventry by Gordon, which means he's not speaking to me.
Oh. Gordon, did you want to go to Coventry? If Charles has been sent there, it's not his fault.
No, Josh, I'm not talking to Charles because he was mean to me. When Archie set Mr. Pickles on fire, they're both bullies.
Now, bullying really isn't on.
You were never bullied at school?
On the contrary. They used to give me special treatment. They invented this game called River Josh, in which they'd throw me into a river with gravel in my clothes. And they never let anyone else play.
Sadly, it appears that Gordon didn't go to a school that builds character.
It's not just me I'm worried about. I can't break any of the codes this morning. Without Mr. Pickles, it's useless.
Gordon, don't panic. Just do what you've been doing every day this week.
Gordon?
Oh, hello, Minka. Can you do something? I can't break the codes now, and Archie and Charles have been so mean to me.
Maybe you'd like to hold my lucky grenade.
The kind of day I'm having, it'll go off in my hand.
I know, then at least it will be quiet.
Ah, morning, Archie.
Morning, Josh.
What's going on here?
I'm going to prove once and for all that luck has nothing to do with our code breaking. So, I have a black cat, a mirror, and some lucky heather.
Archie, that's crazy.
Now, we take the mirror and smash it.
I say, steady on.
7 years bad luck.
Oh, yeah, because the last 7 years have been plain sailing. Now, I'm going to kick the unlucky black cat.
Archie!
And then set fire to the lucky heather. And put it in the fire bucket. And now, let's get on with our work, shall we?
Archie.
We don't have time for any more superstitions.
Seriously, Archie, you need to...
Pass me the messages for today.
Archie, your jacket's on fire.
What?
Die! Stamp it out!
Right. Right, that's better.
What do you do for an encore?
Ow!
Mind the broken glass.
Where? Boss, this is a hanky. Someone.
Have mine.
Talk.
Oh, that is an impressive encore.
Shut up.
Archie, I can't help feeling that you did bring that upon yourself.
There's a perfectly rational explanation for what just happened. Nothing else is going to happen.
Oh, look, the cat wants to play pin the pin in the grenade.
Yes, he has the pin in his mouth.
Where's the grenade?
Oh, I not know.
How long has he had the pin?
I also not know.
In which case, I suggest that we make our way quietly to the exit in an orderly fashion.
I think I'll take the window for good luck.
Oh!
The Colonel is furious about the accident. It'll take days to repair Hut 33.
Well, if Archie will insist on behaving quite so stupidly...
Hey, I'm not the one with the lucky grenade.
The devil has followed me here. He did it.
What makes you say that?
Tomorrow is a special night in my village in Poland. It's called the Night of Darkness.
Isn't that every night?
No, it's tomorrow, the 29th of September.
Why the 29th of September?
Apparently that's our turn. The devil cannot be in every village on the same night.
No, of course not. I mean, that'd be ridiculous.
I must find a costume to confuse the evil spirits.
What sort of costume?
The skin of an animal.
That's right, Gordon. Thousands of men dying in this war every day. You just focus on the cat.
Chaps, do you want to come over here?
The Colonel said we could have this hut for now. In you go.
Wow. Hey, we've landed on our feet here.
Proper tables, decent chairs, and look, glass in all the windows.
And two doors, so it should stay that way.
Is that a bar billiards table?
Where?
In the corner, next to the stove.
What hut is this?
I don't know. It's not numbered, but I think we're between huts 12 and 14.
Shall we wait for that penny to drop?
So, this is hut 13.
Well done, Josh.
It would have to be hut 13. I knew it.
Oh, please, we've been through all this.
This is the hut where Henderson and Willis were before they disappeared.
Disappeared?
Apparently, Henderson found out about something that happened in this hut a few years ago. A mathematician, alone at night, who discovered the devil's equation.
The devil's equation.
I don't know what it is, thank goodness, but he found out and apparently went mad and took his own life. And at the very moment he died, his dog died as well.
Gordon, it sounds all rather tenuous.
That's ridiculous, as if there's a devil.
Well, if there's a God, it's not unreasonable to suppose that there's a devil as well.
So you believe me?
Well, I do believe in God, but...
Oh, great. So now Charles has an imaginary friend.
God is not imaginary.
I had imaginary friend when I was little girl.
Oh, did you, Mingo? Well, I suppose that's all right for little innocent children.
She betrayed me. She was plotting to blow up my Wendy house. She confessed at show trial in front of all my toys. And that she tampering with my milk.
Shall we get back to work now?
Slow drinking your pint, Archie.
Have you ever tried the beer you serve?
Fair cop. But it's not just that, is it?
I don't know. A bad day at the office. I was getting through me work dead fast, and now I've lost me rhythm.
Round about the time you destroyed Mr. Pickles. Serves you right.
Do you know anything about Henderson and Willis?
Haven't seen those two for a while. Shame that.
Mrs. B, tell me your words.
Not at the same time, obviously. I've got standards. But I haven't seen them for a few weeks. It's like they're vanished into thin air.
Did they ever say anything about the devil's equation?
Good evening, Mrs. B.
Oh, hello, Charles. We were just talking about the devil's equation.
Oh, were you?
Well, not really, just making conversation, taking an interest in what other people think.
Oh, that would be novel for you, Archie. If you ask me, you never seem to...
Shut up, Charles, I don't want to hear it.
QED.
So what's this devil's equation all about?
Some story about a mathematician who stumbled across some satanic branch of maths and committed suicide, Henderson and Willis heard about it, but, they're mathematicians like me, rational people.
Hello, Mrs. B.
Good evening, Gordon.
Good evening, Gordon.
I'm not talking to you, except just then. And then. And then. Oh, what's the use?
What happened? Where's Sally? Weren't you two supposed to be...
Yes, we went to the pictures, so it started okay. I paid for us to get in, and then we went in, and it was sort of downhill from there.
You'd only been on the date 2 minutes.
Yes, but the cinema was dark, and I'm a bit jumpy at the moment, with Hut 13, and Minka's Night of Darkness, and no Mr. Pickles.
Yeah, but surely...
Let him finish.
I was okay during the newsreel, but when the main feature started, it got pretty freaky. I kept feeling these hands coming out of the darkness.
I think they might have been Sally's.
They couldn't have been, not on a first date. So I just panicked and ate all my licorice all sorts.
Why did you do that?
I said I panicked. And then something with teeth went for my neck, and I screamed the place down. And then after that, all those sweets, I was sort of sick everywhere. Well, not everywhere, most places.
Well, Archie, I hope you're happy. If he'd had Mr. Pickles in his pocket, he'd be in the back row of the cinema right now, happy as old Flynn in a pirate flick.
He needs to learn.
Isn't it time to put away childish things, Gordon?
So neither of you were sorry. Unbelievable.
Mrs. Best.
Oh, Rinker, you gave me a fright sneaking up like that.
When the devil himself come to your village, you learn to be silent as nun in convent wearing wimple wrong way round.
Do you have your animal costume ready for tomorrow night?
No, but I make one. Mrs. Best, do you have fur coat?
Yeah, but you're not hacking it to pieces.
No, I use it as disguise in the woods to hunt other animals. Get really close and I hack animal to pieces.
Charming.
Did you have any thoughts about what animal you wanted to dress up as?
I was thinking about an owl costume.
You'd have to kill a lot of owls to make one costume.
Yes, I hate owls. Ooh, look at me, I'm wise owl, so very clever. You didn't see Minka.
Minka, it sounds like a lot of work, plucking those owls and making a coat out of the feathers.
No plucking, I just staple them to coat.
That will certainly scare off most living things.
Happy hunting, eh, Minka?
It's a silly thing to say. I'm always happy when I'm hunting. Bye-bye.
Gordon, what are you doing?
Trying to get us some luck so we can break a message.
No, you're shifting furniture around.
I'm moving this cupboard to the eastern wall.
So now it's in front of the door. Perfect.
According to this book on Japan, it's meant to be good luck.
Oh, it's Charles. I can't get in.
Maybe there's something in it after all.
You think so?
No, move it back. Look, we're just missing something in the codes. It's nothing to do with Mr. Pickles or the devil's equation or some suicidal mathematician's dog.
That's better. Look what I found.
It's the black cat. That's bad luck.
He's alive. That's good luck, surely.
Why is he scratching at the wall?
I don't know. Come on then, let's move this cupboard back.
It's like he knows there's something behind it.
Yeah, there's a panel here. It comes away. Oh, what is it? It's a skeleton of a dog.
And is that a slide rule inside it?
Yeah, well, that explains why he died, you know. He choked on a slide rule. Mystery over. Right, let's move the cupboard back. Gordon, stop rocking backwards and forwards.
We've unleashed dark forces. Dark forces.
No, we haven't. It's just a dog skeleton in a wall with a slide rule inside.
So you don't find this a little odd, Archie?
Not at all. You know, maybe it's one of Minka's weird village customs. They do odd things. You know, on May Day, they eat voles.
Moles.
Yes! Minka, hello.
Moles, not voles. You think we're Latvian?
Did you catch a dog last night?
No, Minka catch much better animal.
Oh, Minka, you didn't break into the zoo again.
No, I did break into children's petting zoo.
I thought you were hunting owls.
I find enough owls for coat, but not for matching handbag. Night of Darkness is all about accessories.
So the mystery of the dog remains.
Look, there's no mystery. There's a rational explanation. We just don't know what it is.
The skeleton of a dog?
With a slide rule inside.
You should have seen Archie. He was shaking like a leaf.
Yeah, it was a psychological reaction. You know, I'm fine now. It's Gordon I'm worried about.
Well, I know what I'd do. Get a priest. Have an exorcism.
An exorcism? Well, now I've heard everything.
Bloke kills himself. Suicide's a mortal sin, isn't it, Charles? And the soul doesn't truly rest until it is sent over to the other side.
Right, can I remind you that we work in a classified area? Do we seriously think we can find a Church of England priest with that level of security clearance?
No, not the Church of England. This is a job for a Catholic, surely, like Father Riley.
That old soak?
Well, he happens to know the New Testament by heart.
Well, not all of it, clearly. You know, he's forgotten the bits about drinking.
Well, we all have our failings.
It's pretty unnerving. Father Riley does recite the Latin Mass in his sleep.
Yeah, he is a terrible priest, okay.
Why don't you do it, Charles?
Me?
Yeah, if anything, you're more qualified than Father Riley. You actually believe it all.
Oh, true.
You better brush up on this stuff. Best time to do it is midnight.
And we must start on time. Satan hates it when people are late.
It's a very serious occasion. You need to light some candles, swing some incense, and all that.
Well, if it has to be tonight, I'd better do some reading.
I should go and get your Bible.
Oh, I was thinking about reading some Edgar Allan Poe. But, yeah, the Bible, that's a good idea.
See you there at witching hour.
Oh, Gordon, there you are. Can I have a quiet word?
Mrs. B, I found out that phrenology's meant to be the bumps on the head.
It's not that. I just wondered if you wanted a bit of a payback for Mr. Pickles.
You mean revenge on Archie and Charles? Mummy says you shouldn't take revenge.
You're not going to let them off, are you? After what they did to you?
Mummy says you shouldn't forgive and forget either. Just live with a slight grudge, but don't try to give the impression you hate them. Isn't that the British way?
This will make you feel much better. Charles and Archie have got the willies.
I'm 17, but you don't have to rub it in.
No, I mean they're scared. And at midnight they are going to perform an exorcism.
What?
It's all right, there's nothing doing. That dog skeleton was put there by Henderson to keep people out of his cushy hut.
He's okay then?
He's working for the GPO in Dollis-Hill, so not really, no. But given Archie and Charles are rattled, why don't you rattle them some more?
That would be good fun. What do I do?
Go to the hut just before midnight, put on this record, get a pile of papers, and pretend you found the devil's equation. Then start acting weird.
Santa Maria Mater Dei, ora pro nobis, peteca orbis...
Gordon, what you doing?
It's here. I found this pile of papers. The devil's equation.
No, you haven't.
I have. Look, the expression of total nihilism as an exponential function. E to the I to the square root of pi...
Hey, all right, don't read it out.
Why not? You don't believe in the devil, do you?
No, but...
What's going on?
God, looks like a demon started the party early.
Right.
Finish reading the equation.
Gordon, your voice...
And I will give you the darkest desires of your heart.
All right, Charles, do the exorcism now.
Sorry, I just got to light the candle.
Say the magic words.
It's called praying, and it has to be done properly, or it won't work.
You cannot defeat me. You must bow to me.
Hurry up, he's wriggling like mad.
Very good. Right, where's my order of service? Yeah.
Oh, Lord God and the saints, protect me.
Now, we are all gathered here today to witness the exorcism.
What is this, a wedding?
I don't know what to say. I can't find a prayer book in time.
Well, just say the Latin bit.
Okay, fine. Ave Maria, gratia plena... hang on, I forgot to light the incense. Hang on.
Oh, look, right, forget it. I'll do the exorcism. In the name of all that's holy, I command the evil spirit to leave.
Archie, what's going on?
It worked. I did it.
Impossible.
Seeing believe it. Look at him. What? I was pretending.
Pretending? The whole thing was a setup. And I completely had you going.
What?
The dog was planted by Henderson to keep people away from the hut. And he started the rumour about the devil's equation.
What on earth for?
So no one would want this hut while he's away. Mrs. B told me. And we thought you both deserved to be taught a lesson for being so mean to me about Mr. Pickles.
I suppose I was a little unsympathetic.
Right, fair enough. I should be more considerate and tolerant of your irrational behaviour.
Archie, I'm really not that superstitious.
Well, I still don't really believe in the devil.
Nor me.
Who's that?
It's coming from the cloud of incense.
No. It cannot be.
Half man, half goat. It's
The Prince of Darkness!
Quick, Charles, do the exorcism!
Where did I put the words?
It's okay, I've got the gun!
Guns against demons? Oh, very clever.
Well, have you got a better idea?
I found some words. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus.
Please don't send us to hell.
tecum,
I've been good. Father Christmas gives me presents every year. That proves I've been good.
That's not gonna work, Gordon!
Fine, you say something.
Look, Satan, this is private property and you have no right to be here!
Archie, you're a Marxist. You don't believe in private property.
So, wait a minute. Minka, is that you?
Hello. You like my goat costume?
Minka, you gave us the fright of our lives!
I thought you were going for owls.
I make goat costume easy and enough skin for handbag.
What's inside the bag?
Insides of goat. I make casserole later, I'll show you.
No. Thank you, Minka. I believe you.
All right, can I make a suggestion?
What?
That none of us ever speak of this again.
Yep.
Happy about that? Yes,
yeah.
sure.
I think we've all learnt our lessons.
That there's always a rational explanation for everything.
No, because we still haven't cracked a single code since you destroyed Mr. Pickles. Explain that.
Oh, for heaven's
Face
sake,
it, Archie,
Gordon, you're not
something
still
to
going on
never
about
going to
Mr.
understand.
Pickles.
Good evening, chaps. What's going on? Oh, you look like you've seen a ghost.
A goat, actually.
Hello, Minka.
Down! You see through my disguise. Silly Minka, silly. Should have gone for the owl costume.
Good to see you hard at work at this late hour.
Ah, well, you know, it's such a lovely hut.
Indeed. Perfect for cracking those messages from Crook.
We've tried everything, Josh. We can't crack it.
I see you've done some research with your book about Japan.
Well, how's that going to help?
Well, the Colonel said that Crook is Japanese. Did I not mention that?
You mean these messages are coded Japanese? We never had a chance.
So is Japan in Norway or the next one along?
Japan is not in Norway, Josh. Japan is a separate country in the Far East.
Oh, that Japan. Well, since when have they been involved in this war?
Since December last year when they attacked the Americans at Pearl Harbor.
Well, so Japan and America are involved now? How many other countries are fighting? This is like some big,
World War?
Yes, it won't do. Wasn't there one of these 30 years ago?
Yes. So they're calling this one the Second World War.
Oh, dear.
To have one world war is a misfortune. To have two seems like carelessness.
Or just very bad luck.
Gordon.
Well, they fixed our old hut, so, see you in the morning in Hut 33.
Hut 33 starred Robert Bathurst, Tom Goodman-Hill, Olivia Colman, Fergus Craig, Lil Ruffley and Alex McQueen. It was written by James Carey and the producer was Adam Bromley.
Hut 33 by James Carey.
It's there. I can see it in the letters. Give me a minute.
Gordon, hurry up. We haven't got all day.
Yeah, come on, Gordon.
Got it. Widgets. And I've used all my letters, so that's an extra 50 points.
Nice one, man. A double word score, so that's 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, double 20, add 50.
No, wait. Widget. What's a widget?
It's like a gadget.
No, it's slang. You can't have it.
It's colloquial. You can't have it.
It's okay. I'll have something else.
Widgets is fine. If Charles can have ennui, which is foreign...
No, Archie. Ennui is in common usage in English.
And to be fair, the whole English language is made up of foreign words.
Shut up, Gordon.
And ennui is French, and they're allies, so it's not that foreign.
The Polish are allies, so can we have Polish words now?
Oh, that would help. I don't have any vowels.
We're not allowing Polish words.
No Polish.
Minka, please stop creeping up like that.
When Nazi invade your country, you learn to move as quiet as a moose.
You mean mouse?
I mean moose. Dead moose, they're very quiet.
True.
Minka, would you allow the word widget at Scrabble?
It's clearly slang.
Widget? What is widget?
It's like a small gadget.
Like a grenade.
More like a machine.
Like a little machine gun.
Except not an offensive weapon.
All machines are weapons.
What about a telephone?
You can use telephone to make threatening phone call. And also is versatile weapon. Ring, ring, wacky, whack.
I'm not really sure this is helping.
So, can I have widgets or not?
Yes.
Morning, H33.
Good morning, Josh. I wonder if you could settle an argument about words.
Of course, although I must warn you, I have a rather limited number of words in my head. What's the word for that?
Vocabulary?
Is that it?
It is.
I don't think this is a good idea.
I've got a visitor.
Josh, we're told you bring your nephew to work day does not apply to MI6.
This is a French lady. Would you like to come in, Marianne?
Hello?
Marianne will be joining the hut for a few weeks.
Well, hello, Marianne. Or should I say bonjour?
No, this is England. You say hello.
Marianne is with the resistance. You must meet Minka, formerly of the Polish resistance.
Ah, we fight the noble struggle together against the Nazis.
Ha! Oh, look at me. I'm in the French resistance. We fight the noble struggle against the Nazis with my beret and cut a telephone wire with my nail scissors.
Ooh, look at me. I'm the Polish resistance and we attack panzer tanks with horses and big stick.
Ooh, look at me. I'm French. Sometimes when the German officers sit in Parisian cafe, we bring them croissant that is not quite fresh.
Ladies, please.
Is anyone else a little bit turned on?
Marianne has a mission to tell you about in due course, but for now, I'll leave you to get acquainted.
So, this is where you break the German codes.
Absolutely. Round the clock. Always at it.
But now you are playing Scrabble?
No. We were just using the letters to...
Oh, I understand. My beloved France is under the rule of the evil Nazis and you English are playing. This is no time for games.
It is actually. At 10 o'clock, we often stop for half an hour and play a game.
I don't think that's helping the Entente Cordiale, Gordon.
I am very sad that you are not working every moment for the freedom of France.
Well, Marianne, I'm sorry if we're not straining every sinew, but this latest invasion is the third German invasion of France in less than 70 years, and frankly, it's getting a bit samey.
C'est dégoûtant. J'espère que vous...
I'm sorry about this, Marianne. Why don't I show you to the canteen?
Sorry about Charles, Marianne.
You must excuse him. You know, on the surface, he appears to be an arrogant, imperialistic prat, but underneath he's... No, sorry, that doesn't really work.
It is okay. We are at war. People are not themselves.
No. Charles is just like that.
Oh, that is so sad. So sad. My country is lost.
Yeah, cheer up. We can help.
No. You cannot help with my mission.
Mission? Oh, the one Josh said you were going to talk about.
Yes, it is the reason I am with H33. But you make your feelings about France very clear. It is very sad. Oh, please excuse me.
Hey, sit back down. We'll help you.
Absolutely. Count us in.
No, I find others. Braver, kinder, stronger men.
Marianne, that's us. We'll help.
Excellent. Then you complete these forms?
Okay.
You've already filled in mine.
Oui. You just sign your name here and here.
Hang on. What's all this about?
You will be heroes in a liberated France. And the French girls will show their appreciation in the usual manner.
Oh, really?
You mean end with a clap?
Well, I hope to avoid the clap.
So, what do we have to do? We can work all night in the hut if we have to.
The mission is not in the hut. We have to fly over France in an aeroplane, and we intercept a coded message from resistance, decode it and send an encrypted response. Then back to England. As long as we are not shot down, of course. But to die for the liberation of France is great honor.
Well, yeah, you say that. I mean, I'm 50-50 about dying for my own country, let alone France.
Then all is lost. That is so sad. So sad.
Okay, I'll sign.
Give it here. Look, I've signed.
Très bien.
I cannot help but feel a little bit manipulated.
Here we are.
Charles, come with us on a mission over France.
Yeah, he won't want to come.
Yes, he would never help my beloved country.
Oh, that's simply not true. Return Calais to its rightful owner and then we can talk.
It is a big shame. I have a letter which says the men of H33 are, how you say, en mort.
On more? We don't say that.
En mort, surplus. It says, take the men of H33. They are surplus.
No, that says surplus.
We're surplus. Oh, that's charming.
We fly tomorrow. Au revoir.
Bon voyage.
There you go, Charles, my finest apple brandy. And look, I've even fished out the pips. On the house.
Thank you very much. Don't mind if I... Oh, hang on. Where is this going?
Oh, well, isn't that nice? You make a kind gesture, like offering someone a free drink, and they assume you want something. As it happens, I do have a favour to ask.
Oh, I thought as much.
You're not going to like it.
Well, I wouldn't put yourself down. You're very good at it.
I wasn't talking about that. Although...
No.
Another drink?
No, you don't have enough alcohol for that no to become a yes.
Look, it's about this play I'm in.
Ah, treading the boards, Mrs. B. What is it?
It's a contemporary piece, satirical, very much of the moment.
And it's called?
Whoops, Hitler, I've been kicked in the Goebbels.
Oh, I see. The spirit of Oscar Wilde is alive.
We need someone to play Rudolf Hess, you know, the Nazi that landed in Britain the other day. Oh, go on, Charles.
Aye, go on, Charles.
No, you don't even know what she's asking me to do.
I think I do.
She's asking me to pretend to be Rudolf Hess.
Yeah, whatever tickles your fancy, Mrs. B.
It's for the local Amdram.
You, pretending to be a high-ranking Nazi? No acting required, surely.
Oh, come on, Charles. It's only a bit of fun. You just have to deliver a Hitler-style speech and then get knocked over by a giant Black Forest gatto.
I see, it doesn't strike me as deeply satirical.
And then you get ravished by the warrior maiden Brunhilde.
And you'll be playing the part of...
Brunhilde.
Oh, I see.
And you're fluent, so you don't need to rehearse, which is just as well as the performance is tomorrow.
Oh, dear, tomorrow night? Oh, that's a shame. I'm planning to sit in a slow-moving, badly disguised aeroplane flying across France at low altitude.
Oh, yeah?
I am now. Where do I sign?
Here and here.
Bonsoir.
Hi.
Marianne, Gordon, good news. Charles will be joining us on our little expedition.
So you care about France after all?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
He's only doing it to get out of being in this play.
Oh, my friend Collins is in that. He's playing 2nd SS Guard. The thing is, he says he just loves wearing the uniform.
Yes, marvellous design, isn't it? All done by this wonderful designer called Hugo Boss.
Well, when this war's over, I think we can safely say he'll never work again. Well, Minka, I was glad when I heard you were coming with us.
Thank you.
I wasn't so glad to hear that you were driving. Minka, driving on the left isn't so much a preference as a legal requirement.
Why do you want to come anyway? I thought you hated Marianne.
Decided to help out the French after all?
I never missed a chance to kill a froggy.
No, Minka, the frogs are the French, you know, they're on our side.
I know what I mean.
And we're not actually planning to land. We'll be in the plane the whole time.
Yes, but we might be lucky and get shot down.
You happy about that, Charles?
I can't believe you're coming to get out of being in that play. What if we do get shot down?
Well, then we'd be put in a POW camp for the rest of the war, where, and I can't emphasise this enough, where I wouldn't have to do amateur dramatics. Oh, yeah. Here we are.
And there's Marianne.
I see her.
Actually, just here's fine, Minga. Just here. Here, stop here. Here, or you'll hit Marianne. Here, stop here. For the love of God, stop. Give us the wheel.
Oh, maybe next time. Slowly catch it, froggy.
Bonjour.
Hello, Marianne.
Afternoon, H33.
Hello, Josh.
Well, this is splendid, all in this together.
We fly together.
We die together for Poland.
Now, Minka, you promised you would not hijack this plane and take it to Warsaw.
I know, sporty spoil.
According to Gordon, our chances of survival are pretty good.
It's true.
Excellent. Now, my brother's flying the plane.
We're dead.
Oh, Oh, not your brother Neville.
That's the one. He's a very valued member of Bomber Command.
What, the one who accidentally bombed Oxford?
A British pilot bombed Oxford?
So where is he?
Just finding his way here. He's hopeless with maps.
Which is why he dropped the bombs on Oxford.
Still, military catastrophes are in keeping with the Fanshawe Marshall family.
No, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Josh, you are the one who drove an entire tank regiment into the Atlantic.
It was a very pressured situation and there was a lot of noise.
Aye, that was the seagulls and the crashing waves.
Alors, we need to look at our provisions.
I have something to eat.
Oh, splendid. What have we got? Egg and cress sandwiches? Scotch egg?
Suicide pill.
Not quite what we had in mind.
What about all the radio equipment?
It is already on the aeroplane over there.
Where? I can just see an old beaten-up German bomber. Oh, no.
I can't help noticing that it's riddled with bullets.
Oh, excellent. Any bullets fired at us will pass straight through it.
And given the German markings, won't we be attacked by our own anti-aircraft guns?
Minka, pass us a suicide pill.
It is no problem. We transmit special radio code as we pass over coast of England, and they allow us to pass.
Clever.
Ah, here's Neville in his jeep.
Why is he in reverse?
Sorry about that. Found reverse and nothing else. Pilot Officer Fanshawe Marshall reporting for duty.
Good to see you, Neville.
Sorry I'm late. Went to the wrong airfield.
We will depart in 2 hours.
Excellent. Should give me time to refamiliarize myself with the flying beast.
When did you last fly a plane?
No worry, it's like riding a bicycle.
You can ride a bicycle.
No?
It's the pedals, isn't it? Jolly hard to coordinate with the handlebars.
God, give me strength. I cannot believe this thing made it into the air.
There you go. Told you it was like riding a bike.
Where are we now?
No idea.
It's hard to see, but is that Cambridge down there?
Yes, look, I can see my college.
Ah, jolly good. You want to get out?
No.
Hang on. Cambridge is north of where we were.
Oh, no, we're not going north, are we?
Shouldn't we be going south? You know, to France?
Righto. How do you find reverse in this thing? Is it the pedals?
Oh, yeah. But what's going on?
Oh, no, the pedals control the flaps. Oh, sorry, everyone. Now, what if I pull this?
What was that noise?
You've dropped a bomb on Cambridge.
Excellent. Got any incendiaries for good measure?
What's going on?
We've just bombed Cambridge.
Oh, bravo, Neville. That'll show those swats.
Cambridge is in England.
Oh.
It's okay, I've just remembered how you turn. Coming round!
Soon we will be crossing the channel and flying over France. So I have prepared a fitting tribute.
What, we're going to wave a white flag out of the window?
Zut alors.
Marianne, he's only joking.
I wasn't, actually.
If we're about to go over the channel, shouldn't we be sending that radio message?
What message?
So that when we're passing over our coastal defences, won't be attacked by our own guns.
Don't worry, that lot couldn't hit a giant turkey from 10 feet.
Zut alors. We eat.
Don't worry, everything's holding together okay. I'll just,
Oh, what?
the joystick came off in my hand.
So we're no longer in control of the plane?
I'm not sure we ever were.
Look on the bright side, at least we're still in the air.
Yeah, that's not a plus right now.
Oh, that's it. I'm putting on my parachute.
Parachute?
Yes, parachute.
What parachute?
A parachute like the one that Marianne is wearing.
I didn't pack any for us. You know what my father says? Parachutes are for girls.
Marianne, you're not jumping out, are you?
We're probably over the English Channel.
It is not the English Channel. Why do you think the channel is yours? Typical English.
Well, we have had naval supremacy for hundreds of years.
That's it. Now I jump.
But you've got the only parachute.
Yeah, what about the rest of us? I thought we were allies.
So did I. Then I met all of you. For you, this war is every man for himself.
Don't jump! We might be over the channel. You'll die.
Yes, you'll die. Jump!
I would say au revoir, but I hope I never see any of you ever again.
What just happened?
Neville, what are you doing back here? You're meant to be flying the plane.
Well, the controls don't work. There's not an awful lot of point. Hello, where's the French filly?
She's just jumped out.
We couldn't get her to stay.
Oh, do you want me to pop out and have a word with her?
What?
Cinema!
Neville, no!
He's just jumped out without a parachute.
Oh, that's Neville. Peter would be proud.
Well, this is perfect. We're in a plane that's out of control over hostile territory without a pilot or a parachute.
This is what happens when you try to help the French.
No, this is what happens when you two keep making petty jokes about someone else's country for hours on end.
Shut up, Gordon.
Is okay, Minka fly.
Minka? Since when can you fly a plane?
Since Minka watch movie at cinema.
About planes?
About Japanese kamikaze.
Oh, God.
Bravo, Minka.
That was amazing.
Is everyone all right?
I'm fine.
Pity.
Excellent. All present and correct.
Okay, now suicide pill.
Minka, you've just landed us all safely.
Fine. We decide which one of us we eat first.
We are in a civilized country with food.
We're in France. They eat snails, frogs.
Ooh, look at me. I'm French and I eat anything that's come from a garden pond.
And don't they eat horses?
Oh, come on, Archie, you're from Newcastle. You must have eaten a pit pony sandwich at some point.
Look, it's bickering like that got us into this mess. We need to start being a bit more positive if we're going to get out of here before anyone comes. Get out of France altogether and get me a fresh pair of trousers.
Don't worry, Gordon. We'll be back on the move in no time. I bought these.
Are they cross-country skis?
Well, we'll be going cross-country, especially now the plane's broken.
Yeah, but we won't be going across-country in the snow in June.
Oh. So we won't be needing this four-man bobsleigh?
No, because we're not entering the Winter Olympics.
Oh. So that's a no to these ice skates.
But look, there are some maps on the seat.
Yeah, well, at least that's something, Josh. Let's see. Yeah, of course. Motoring map of the Scottish Highlands.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And we'll have a youth hostel guide for Devon and Cornwall.
Is that not in France?
No.
Oh, sorry. Bit of a bish.
So we're completely lost.
Oh, I do have this compass.
Excellent. For drawing circles with, wrong sort of compass.
Oh, dear.
But they're perfect for slowly stabbing him to death.
So, we eat Joshua. Okay, I make fire.
No fire.
We eat him raw. What are you, Latvian?
Guys, we need to do something. We're in occupied France and I need a clean pair of trousers.
Ah, I packed you some of those.
All right, so you remembered clean trousers for Gordon, but for getting around, you brought us a bobsleigh. Hang on, where's Charles?
There he is, in his uniform.
For you, the war is over.
I knew it. Double-crossing Nazi. Charles, why don't you walk home from here? I'm sure you could make it to Berlin in a couple of weeks.
No, I'm joking. I just thought I'd put it on.
Right, so what do we do?
It's simple. We head for the nearest airfield. We steal an airplane and fly all the way to Poland.
How will that help?
In Poland, we begin a rebellion. We throw off the Nazi oppressors, fight off the Soviet oppressors, and get rid of any shifty-looking Latvians, and then we can invade France.
I'm just happy she didn't suggest suicide again.
Maybe we should head for Switzerland or Spain.
Good idea. I'll see you all after the war then. Cheerio.
Archie, where are you going?
Away? Somewhere else. I think Marianne had it right. Every man for himself.
That is not all.
Archie, you don't speak a word of French.
You barely speak English.
You see, on my own, Charles, I won't have to put up with your pathetic superiority complex. Maybe I won't make it. Maybe I'll be captured.
Hey, maybe you'll end up in the same hut, in the same POW camp as Charles. Wouldn't that be funny? Funny peculiar. Sorry.
Well, I was never one for goodbyes.
Archie, you're not going anywhere.
Josh, what are you doing?
It's okay, Gordon. Josh, did you remember to bring bullets?
Oh.
I'll take the gun, though. Ta. Cheerio!
I can't believe Archie walked off.
No discipline. I blame myself.
I blame you as well. But Archie, he's your typical street urchin, only looks after number one.
Maybe it would be better if we all split up.
Nonsense. I couldn't get home by myself.
Charles, that's really good to hear.
I need all of you as decoys.
Charles?
Shh. I hear noise.
Sounds like a jeep.
I will stay and make sure they don't follow us.
How?
I set booby trap.
What with?
My boobies.
Sorry, how does that work?
It's very simple. They see boobies, they not look at road, they drive into ditch.
Well, I can't see the flaw in that. Come on, Gordon.
Will you be able to catch us up?
Yes, go, now!
Okay. I hope she's going to be all right.
Well, you've got to hand it to her. Ladylike and lethal.
Right. We need to formulate a plan.
All the books I've read say that you travel at night and sleep in the day.
Makes sense.
We also need to think about food.
Minka's caught an owl.
Which is impressive, given it's broad daylight.
Shut up, owl! Now, I need garlic and herbs.
There's some rosemary over there.
Even better, I will do owl à l'orange.
Hey, look, over there, out the back of that building.
Is that an SS officer?
Looks like it.
It's okay, I do booby trap.
No, Minka, stay out of his way.
Hey! Hast du sehen meine boobies?
Minka, no. Charles, I can't become a POW. My mum will be worried sick.
No, leave it all to me, Gordon. Halten Sie.
Minka, what's he saying?
He says stop.
Deutsch?
German?
Natürlich. Obergruppe Captain 30 Panzer.
He says he's group captain of 30 Panzer.
Heil Hitler. Heil Hitler.
They are hailing Hitler.
I thought so.
Ich habe die Gefängnis.
I have prisoners.
Does he mean us?
Raus zur Kaserne und ich sehen Sie später.
Take them to the barracks and I'll see you there later.
What?
Heil Hitler.
Again, he's hailing Hitler.
Charles, are you dobbing us in?
Silence, English scum.
Charles, how can you do something like this?
Look here! Nobody move!
Archie!
You, SS Fritz, drop your gun!
Archie. Oh, it's really good to see you. I thought something like this would happen.
Can it, Charles? You were selling out your friends to save your own skin.
No, it sounds a lot like what you did earlier.
Aye, well, I came back.
I might have rescued them from prison.
Guys, the guard is getting away.
Hey, Fritz, don't move.
Archie, you don't have any bullets.
Don't tell him that!
It's okay, I don't have any bullets either.
Hey, Fritz, I didn't say you could speak.
I make him eat suicide pill.
Hang on, Fritz. You speak very good English.
It's basic biology. When under pressure, the brain naturally reverts to English.
I am English.
Are you fighting for the Nazis? How despicable.
I'm not fighting for the Nazis, I'm just pretending.
What, you mean this entire war is one big put-up job? Well, I was completely taken in.
No.
Hang on, is that you, Collins?
Gordon?
What are you doing in France?
France? What are you talking about? This is England, Bletchley.
You mean we've flown in a massive circle?
Oh, a bit of a bish.
Oh, you're in uniform for the play.
I'm in the chorus of Whoops Hitler. Well, not just the chorus. I'm also second SS guard who steps in a bucket and then has to goose step with it stuck to his foot.
Excellent. Well, that's all fine then. Are we in time for the second half?
So, who is this German group captain?
He's not German.
He's Austrian. You should probably arrest him.
What? Arrest me?
A German plane crash landed not far away. You can see for yourself. I personally think this could be another Rudolf Hess.
This is preposterous.
His English is very good, isn't it? But, no English person actually talks like that. He's as German as a sauerkraut.
That's ludicrous. I'm an Oxford professor.
Josh, you better take him away.
Oh, righto. Come with me.
Josh! You can't let them do this!
I'm worried about Charles.
Good.
He's probably being tortured for information about the Third Reich.
Good. He knows a lot of information about the Third Reich. He's played enough tennis with them.
Even so.
Don't worry about Charles. He never worried about anyone but himself. Hey, pass us the newspaper. Yeah, look at this. Cambridge bombed. Indecent exposure causes jeep crash. 2 soldiers unhurt but very embarrassed. A man called Neville lands on a marquee at the Henley Regatta without a parachute. And suspicions that another high-ranking Nazi has landed in Britain.
Good evening.
Oh, speak of Satan, he's sure to appear.
Thanks to you, Archie, I have been handcuffed, manhandled, interrogated, starved, and made to share a cell with a man from Barnsley. It was awful.
How did you manage to get out?
Fortunately, a character witness came forward who is now expecting massive favours.
Cooey, Charles.
I never thought I'd say this, but next time it might just be easier to go behind enemy lines.
I've got my Brunhilde costume on.
I'm going to get you for this, Archie.
See you in the morning in H33. H33 starred Robert Bathurst, Tom Goodman-Hill, Olivia Colman, Fergus Craig, Lil Ruffley, Alex McQueen, Tessa Nicholson, Philip Fox and Alex Lowe. It was written by James Carey and the producer was Adam Bromley.